We're live. We're on the internet, guys.
Yay!
So, welcome to another Monday game of Clinical Role, where a bunch of therapy... Where I'm hearing myself from behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the voice behind the curtain.
Oh my gosh, the curtain is a mess. Where a bunch of therapeutic dungeon masters play D&D for fun and just for us to have a chance to hang out together. We're doing Monday night games again because that seems to be working better with our schedules. So, welcome.
Welcome to Monday.
Welcome to Monday. Hello, Monday the 13th, which I think is always worse than Friday the 13th.
Oh, we already have a comment on my hat. How nice.
Yeah. Oh, casual nerdiness.
Yeah, thank you, casual nerdiness.
Bringing it in.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna change the hat game up from now on.
I like that.
The whole hat thing.
Oh yeah, there's a D20 hat pin in this thing and everything.
It looks amazing. Frankly, it looks really good.
Do you guys have hat envy?
My head has hat envy.
His heart doesn't.
My heart doesn't.
His heart is full.
Hearts don't wear hats.
Take it from Adam.
Take it from me. Your heart doesn't
therapist.
need a hat.
Well, so before we jump back into the game, does anybody have announcements or things they want to plug or anything like that?
I don't think we have any additional announcements from the last time we played.
No, but I will say that we're all going to be at PAX West, all four of us, and it's going to be a very busy PAX West for all four of us.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty nuts. If you see us at PAX West, if you're at PAX West and you see us, I want you to just give us like a thumbs up and a wink.
Yeah.
You can talk to us too, but I want to like.
Especially
that's the secret sign to know you saw us on here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so creeped out with people.
I'm just gonna start telling people
you'll know that it's
thumbs up and wink.
Thumbs up and wink.
I'm gonna just plug something fun. At Gen Con, I got the chance to playtest a game called oh gosh, now I'm gonna forget the name of the game. Hold on, pulling up the Kickstarter because it's
what a terrible plug.
While you're plugging,
great name for a game. Oh God, I forgot the name of it.
Yeah. It's called Build a Cure the Bunker. It's a cooperative card game where you have to cure a bunch of diseases, so it actually uses a little bit of chemistry and science in it. And it's a lot of fun. They're not quite funded yet, so I really want to see it funded because it was an awesome game. I can't wait to play it again with my family, and I also want to use it therapeutically because I love the cooperative games. So check that out, Build a Cure the Bunker. It's great.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
You can confirm or deny that that's a good game.
Yeah.
But it sounds cool.
Uh-huh.
It sounds good. We didn't have any feedback really for playtesting other than like some, maybe including a play mat, which would be handy. But it was a great game. The mechanics were pretty easy to learn. A lot of fun. And quick.
That sounds
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah.
I'm into the cooperative games.
I think all of us are.
Excellent for
most of the time.
Oh, and one other new announcement. So I'm in Sven, as always, is managing the stream, making sure everything is where it's supposed to be and looks good. And we're trying something new with the music tonight. We are actually using Sirenscape, so we're giving that a try. So see how that goes.
We got it all queued up and ready to be transported through our amazing description and sound experience.
Theater
we hired a Foley.
Of the mind.
We hired a Foley artist.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I have fun sound effects now. Like
Chuck Foley.
Chuck Foley.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck.
Chuck, you're amazing.
That's a really, man, it sounds just
it's like he's right there.
Keep it up, Chuck.
All right, well, if no other announcements or anything?
Oh, well, I guess we can announce we are developing Critical Core. Critical Core is a self-contained kit that will introduce people into Dungeons & Dragons, especially therapists and teachers, educators and parents. We're in the middle of building up our mailing list for the Kickstarter, which will be very soon. So if you know teachers, therapists, educators, who are interested in using role-playing games and maybe don't know how to use it yet, or who are interested in using them therapeutically, this is kind of an introduction into all of those things. So you can find that at criticalcore.org and sign up for that mailing list. That's always great and super helpful for us to get that word out. Share it with your friends and family. Share it with other people you know.
You can also follow Critical Core on Twitter at Critical Core RPG.
Yeah, I'll plug that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cool.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's jump back into the game.
Woo!
MM
All right.
Chronos.
Oh, we didn't talk about this beforehand. Who's doing it?
Well, thank you, Chronos.
Last time your
does
hat
look
was
good.
a different color than it was.
It actually looks this color now.
No, this one actually looks like the color it looks like.
Yeah, last time it looked.
As opposed to the
Very
other one
deceiving.
that was indigo but looked purple.
I felt the same.
Yeah. All right. Who would like to do the recap?
Oh.
I think it's Adam Jones.
All right. You guys are gonna have to help me because I'm certain I'm gonna forget some stuff because I always forget some stuff. Last time in our game, we found our way after we had teleported into the city, whose name I wrote down but don't remember what it was called.
Jericho.
Jericho, thank you. Into the city of Jericho, where it was quickly apparent that all of us smelled terrible. And so we ran into a guide. We ran into Baeridin Baldus, who offered to help us, played by Jack Birkenstock, who offered to help us find some accommodations. Immeral did not trust Baron Baldus very much, but Gragnold and Baeridin were perfectly happy to go along with anybody who was willing to be friendly. Together, all of us, all the party, managed to find a nice, reasonably priced inn to spend the night in called the Horse's Mane. Thank you. Called the Horse's Mane, where we finally got an opportunity to clean ourselves up, and then we went out in order to inspect the area and start tracking down some leads on Immeral's past. Together we went to a bakery that seems to have had some connection to Emerald's past.
We won't talk about that.
That I still don't know as a player all of the details of. Where Emerald started down some of the path trying to figure out where exactly did Emerald come from. And then we visited a fortune teller during the wonderful festival that was going on in the city of Jericho, who gave a little bit of interesting background and fortune-telling to all of the characters, including maybe some hints towards harrowing new directions for each character.
Excellent use of harrowing.
Was it good?
That was good use of harrowing.
I throw
this man some inspiration.
I throw it in all the time, so it's spaghetti method.
Sometimes you gotta get it right.
This paperwork is just harrowing.
Yeah,
I can't wait to talk to this harrowing audience.
I was breakfast this morning.
It was harrowing. How was that as a recap? Was that most of it?
That was most of it. That was good.
Lastly, Baron Baldus got taken away by a bird person as pulling him off into the woods as his services were needed. And hopefully we will see him sometime in the future.
So you guys are all convening outside of the fortune teller's wagon right now. It's still fairly early. I mean, it's probably only a little bit past midday at this point. So how are all your characters doing after getting those fortunes?
Grumpy.
I think Baeridin would not feel great, but his reaction almost always to not feeling great is to be like extra enthusiastic. Especially in the face of Immeral and Gragnold being grumpy, Baeridin is just having a ball, or at least trying to sort of cover up his grumpy feelings by running around and eating fried corn on the cob, and playing any games that he can play, which apparently he's throwing the ball left-handed because he's eating the cob with his right hand and he can't do both things. So Baeridin's he's having a great time.
He's having a great time.
Immeral is getting progressively grumpier.
Yeah. Baeridin keeps offering different food products to both Immeral and Gragnold.
Gragnold just welcomed Baron Baldus into the pack, and then he left. And so Gragnold is having a little bit of like separation issues around, his group, his party, his pack.
Okay. So as you all are there and kind of looking around, Baeridin, you run over and you're just kind of excitedly eating different foods and kind of you find. Go ahead and just give me a perception check. Let's say with advantage, just because you're kind of being a little manic right now.
It's not gonna be great. My perception is nuts though. That is a 13.
13, not too bad. So you're able to find several different vendors selling some early spring berries, different sweets and things, and it costs you probably about 5 silver to get a good handful, and you get a really bad stomachache though.
I'm also going to feed some to Hobbs, who I imagine also gets a bad stomachache.
Oh yeah, Hobbs, he keeps kind of coming up to you going, food, and eating, but you can kind of tell he's good. If you've ever seen a animal gorge themselves before hibernating or something, they kind of have that look of I don't want to eat anymore, but I'm going to keep eating because it's here.
Me with a bowl of pho.
He's looking a little miserable, but just kind of keeps eating. He's got all this berry mush kind of mashed into his fur around his face.
Hobbs and Baeridin are sort of holding stomachs as we're going around, and I'm like, Hobbs, look! They have giant turkey legs! We're gonna need to...
You guys would notice too.
Rolling his eyes.
A group of children has started kind of following Baeridin around a little bit, looking at Hobbs especially.
What is that? What's that thing? I've never seen anything like that before.
I will. I would have Hobbs perform some tricks, which because he's eaten all this stuff might not go so well.
yeah, have him do a just dexterity check with disadvantage because
I don't know if I don't have Hobbs' stats figured out.
Hold on.
I rolled a 15.
It's disadvantage.
You're pretty
it's
dexterous.
disadvantage. I rolled a 15.
So 17 with a +2. Actually, so Hobbs is able to pull off some pretty good aerial acrobatics, kind of flapping his wings out and spinning in the air, and these kids are, ooh,
Baeridin is not much of a showman. He's actually sitting right next to the kids, and he's also clapping.
This thing is so cool! Where did you get it?
I know! From the jungle!
He's not a thing. His name's Hobbs.
Whoa! It's a Hobbs? They're called Hobbs?
Exactly.
His name.
Mommy, I want a Hobbs!
You should want a Hobbs. Everyone should want a Hobbs.
Immeral just quietly steps away and snags some rings or something from the carnival area, and starts tossing them up juggler-like to Hobbs. Immeral doesn't say anything, just stands next to the children entertaining them.
Are you juggling with Hobbs, or are you just tossing them up and Hobbs is paying attention?
We'll see what happens.
Go ahead and just do a performance check.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll actually let it be a dex-based performance check.
That's even better. Let's go with a 23.
23. All right. So you're without issue. You're not even looking as you're spinning these around. What do you think Hobbs would be doing, seeing this? The rings going up in the air.
If Hobbs was feeling up for it, I think Hobbs might fly in and out of the rings as they're being juggled.
All right. Go ahead and do an acrobatics check for Hobbs.
Should I also roll disadvantage for the?
No, we'll say that at this point he's still feeling pretty lively with everything. So
I rolled a 14.
14, so 16. Yeah, so he's actually able to dive in and out. And you guys, as you're sitting there, you get about 6 copper pieces placed
They
down.
give you money for doing tricks?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
As everybody puts a copper piece in there. Immeral attempts to do a backflip while juggling.
All right, go ahead and do an acrobatics check.
How about a 26?
Just come apart.
Without issue, you're just doing this. And at one point, you see this kind of brightly dressed, kind of hard to tell if it's a man or a woman, comes over and... Are you looking for a job?
Depends. By the way, Immeral still looks grumpy the whole time doing this.
I mean, dude, the grump... We could put some makeup on you. We really go for the frowny.
You could draw, I guess.
What kind of job are you proposing?
A pretty good money with the circus, you know.
Yes, I could do pretty well with the circus, but while I do appreciate that, I'm not looking for a circus job.
Well, if ever you are, please, come looking for us.
Yep, definitely the sad clown performance. This is Immeral is becoming Pagliacci.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I could look for a job with you. I don't know who you are.
We're the Brown Circus.
The Brown Circus.
Browns, yes.
Browns.
Yes, the family that run. It's an unfortunate name, I know.
It is. It's
that's a very
name.
unfortunate name.
Ooh, you could lean into it, make it really scary.
That's not a bad idea.
The Browns.
We do have a circus tent set up with oddities. If you'd like to see some exotic creatures.
Gragnold, can we go?
Do you have an egress in your oddities?
No. We have Baby Rock, though, and a Chimera.
Ooh, like a legitimate one, not one that's three animals taped together.
Well, you've got to come and pay and find out, don't you?
How much does it
I'm gonna
cost?
go with no.
Yeah, I'm calling.
And you guys will have remembered that you were warned by the bearer that the oddities tent was just a ripoff.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. As a player, I forgot about
Oh,
that.
so did I.
He did actually warn us.
I'm getting excited about it.
Yeah.
Immeral
I was so excited.
Immeral met a con artist or two growing up.
I don't think Baeridin would remember that. He'd be like, oddities? That sounds amazing.
Immeral, Baeridin, you just don't. Just don't.
But just think about how odd they are.
No, I'm thinking about it, and it's not as odd as you think.
As the day progresses on, you see there's different events that happen. There's the archery contest, where you do see Lady Vialia, or I think we went through that already. She won, but let somebody else take the prize. And there's a lot of dancing. Now, would your characters stay up to kind of partake of the festivities during the night, but knowing that they did agree to the job where they have to be at the store at dawn? So are they going to go to try to get a good night's sleep, or are they going to party the night away?
Good night's sleep.
Party the night away.
This is going to turn into I Love Lucy when we go to the bakery.
Might have eaten a vegetable.
I suspect Baeridin would try to party the night away and would end up falling asleep.
All right. So as the night comes, that is when the brewers contest is held, and the ale.
I plan to see if I can beat a judge.
All right. So you see that there's at this point they've selected 3 that are their finalists, and they're having people try all 3 and then vote on the one that they like the best, or to rank them. Sorry.
So I guess you can go through and try them and vote on.
I'd like to try them.
All right. So you go ahead and you try the first ale. Give me. Actually, just do a check with your brewer's supplies since you are proficient with that.
What's the stat that I use for that?
I believe that is intelligence.
That's okay. Look out.
Well, don't you get proficiency in that?
It's probably not.
That's a 7. Is a bit of heavy flavor with delicate feelings of beer and bubble, and I would say a very nice vintage on this one.
This one, you're actually very distracted. You go to sip this, and there's a dwarven woman who is the one that handed this to you, and
Hello.
she's very striking. And you sip the beer and just drink it down, and don't even notice the flavor because you're just quite distracted at this point.
Oh, yes. Fantastic beer, ma'am. Madam.
I'm taken.
I...
Back. Well, what'd you think of our beer?
Delicious.
Fezzi's beer. Remember that. Number 1.
Number 1. First beer I've had today. All right. Well, I'll have another.
All right. Go ahead and make another check with your brewer supplies.
7.
Oh my god.
I'm still looking at this lady apparently.
You're adding your proficiency to your roll, right?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
He doesn't even sip it. He just drinks the whole thing down.
Yes. So you go to the second one. This one's a human, and you're still staring at the dwarven woman as you just chug it down. Don't even notice. It tastes about the same as the first one.
Tastes like ale. Well accomplished.
Please tell me it's a lager.
You have successfully made beer.
As you come up to the third tent, you notice this is the halfling man who sold you the brewer's bag.
Mm.
I know you're gonna like this.
Here goes nothing. 11.
You do try to actually focus on the flavor of this one. You slow down enough to actually try and taste it. You're a bit distracted. Your thoughts keep going back to what the fortune teller told you and everything, and thinking about the ale that you're brewing in your own brewer's bag. It tastes okay.
This tastes like piss. I have better beer in my bag.
This is the guy who gave the kit.
I know. Trying to hold my own. I'm a dwarf.
Gragnol's so mean.
Seriously.
He kind of steps back and it's like,
Grumpy. Doesn't taste like my ancestral beer.
all right, well, thanks.
Sorry, I should think before I say what's on my mind. It's.
Am I awake for this part, or am I asleep?
I think you'd still be awake. This would still be early, and like the sun's just starting to set.
Oh, is Emerald here too?
I'm watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
casual nerdiness.
Oh,
That's right. Just Bud Light.
no, casual nerdiness is throwing some shade right
Yeah.
there.
That's the truth. Okay. So if I'm there,
Immeral did
I
go
would slap Gragnold and be like, "Be nice about that."
It tastes like pistachios.
Oh,
Good save.
Well, let's see. This is highly unlikely. I just rolled 3 d20s to see who would be the winner of the competition. All 3 are on 5.
There is a 1 in 4,000 chance of that happening. 8,000.
So,
yeah, 8,000.
8,000 chance.
yeah, 5, 5, 5. Okay,
That's
how about
crazy.
that?
That's almost as good as my 666 from last year.
Yeah. So, Gragnold, who would you cast the winning vote to, since they all
The
came up
dwarven
with
lady.
it? All right. So the Fezziwig's Ale is the one that, or the Fezzi's Ale, sorry, takes the cake for this one. There's much celebrating and lots of beers are being passed around. Now, would Gragnold be drinking to the point of excess or just drinking to enjoy?
Drinking to enjoy in excess.
Thank you. You are a dwarf.
I am a dwarf. And we were in the jungle for a long time.
That is very true.
Baby,
So
you say drinking to excess and drinking for enjoyment like they're mutually exclusive.
Well, I mean, there's, going for just the hard stuff to get as drunk as you can as quickly as possible, and there's actually tasting what you drink.
Well, I'm not binge drinking.
I feel like as mental health professionals,
as a moment, clinical role does not endorse drinking to excess.
Not at all. It's actually not very fun.
I'm drinking to enjoy and socialize.
This doesn't answer the question, though.
Beautiful lady. I'm hoping that I improve my confidence and my charisma through, disempowering my anxiety.
Tell me it's a bale of hay with a sweater.
Right.
Just talking to something that's not there.
Lars, give me that Constitution saving throw with advantage because you're a dwarf.
You are a dwarf.
It's a +9 on that.
Oh, yes, casual nerdiness. Yes. Immeral in a beer pong contest with deflect arrows.
I got 17 on
That
that.
sounds like the best thing.
17. All right, so you're able to drink and just enjoy the night. You start to feel when maybe you're getting a little bit intoxicated and can either decide to keep drinking and having a night or cut it off there.
Where are they?
Where are you guys?
I went to bed.
Okay.
I went to bed. I need to be up early to work the job at the bakery.
I imagine Baeridin hung out with Gragnold for a while, but Gragnold's mostly just drinking a lot. And Immeral went to bed, and Baeridin's like rubbing his eyes.
Is he gonna sleep? Do the sleep
and then
pass out under a stall or something?
I think he falls asleep in Gragnold's backpack, like slumped over.
I have you in one of those Baby Bjorn things.
Can Hobbs have a little Baby Bjorn on the front of?
This is getting back to when you guys were in Babu and it was Hobbs on
And so Hobbs is asleep in Baeridin's Baby Bjorn.
Oh my god, a double Bjorn.
Baby Bjorn.
Oh, the art of that. Just
totally.
Oh my god, that would be beautiful.
Double Bjorn. Double Bjorn. Double Bjorn.
So you fall asleep eventually.
Use your head as a contrast.
Baeridin's like, I don't want to go in it. I don't want
Just out.
Baeridin hasn't become apparently like a 2-year-old child.
And yours isn't even 2 yet. You haven't gotten to enjoy that.
I know. I'm just I'm predicting. This is what the experience is going to be like.
Yeah. It's glitter bombs and all kinds of things.
Yeah. Can I make any friends that I'll be able to call on if there's anything else happens in town?
Yeah. What types would Gragnold be drawn to? So I'll just kind of describe to you. You see that there's, people have definitely kind of gone off on their own. So there are the brewers who are kind of talking shop with each other. There's some people who look like other fighters, adventurers, telling war stories essentially. You also see some people who look more like they've just come in from the country and just kind of trading some general gossip, talking about different things. One group that you see probably looks like merchants, maybe. People used to being on the road as well. You do see a set of people in bright colors. You would have encountered definitely like the traveling folk who wear just lots of bright colors, very welcoming, but seeming a bit eccentric. A lot of people travel through the mountains with them, so you actually did encounter them when you were in the village as well.
Okay. I'd probably try to. I mean, the brewers obviously I'd have something to talk about with. Any other dwarves I would want to have some FaceTime with people that I feel comfortable around.
Okay. Go ahead, just give me a general charisma check.
As he's been drinking, does his roll seem higher than it is?
I got an A. Just kidding. 3.
One. You got a 1?
No, I got a 3. I got a 4 minus 1 because my charisma's low.
Oh, jeez.
Listen! I'm a dwarf, and you're a dwarf. What are the chances?
So, this kind of works out. So as you're going in to talk to these dwarves, you're trying to talk up what you think would be good banter, good stuff to talk about with them, and they all just kind of keep looking at you, and they're just kind of. Finally, one of them just kind of shakes his head. Is like, "Where are you from?"
I'm from the Moonfang clan.
Moonfang. And one of the other ones kind of leans back. He's like, "Those wolf ones who lived up north."
Yeah.
So you're not from Rockmoth.
No.
Explains your poor manners. Well,
We're gonna have a bar fight.
Worse.
I know, but that's awesome.
If you rejoin your brethren under the mountains, let us know.
I have no desire to find my way underground.
Not a true dwarf, then.
6 feet underground.
Oh. Yeah, Gragnold's gonna be really dangerous drunk.
And is Baeridin still asleep for this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Baron's gonna get punched in the face because Gragnold's like,
Sleep at your leg. Looks
casual nerdiness says that a bar fight might impress other dwarves.
I think you just got triple dog dared.
Oh, man.
this guy's a very kind of stout, burly. He's got a silvery beard, and you come to learn that the woman serving the beer, she's his wife, and they both kind of look you up and down like, take care of your gnome baby.
I know. I will take the mug. What is the mug? Is the mug like a drinking
pour mug? Or no, probably would at this. Yeah.
Okay, then I will throw it on the ground and leave.
Wow, way to have self-control.
Yeah, that's
I
an
scoff
amazing
at him.
thing.
Just kinda like,
I'm protecting Baeridin.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna throw it. I'm just gonna hold it out and drop it. Tastes like piss anyway.
Yeah, it's just.
Ooh.
And it's like, and you see the dwarven man kind of go, and his wife puts an arm on his, like, those cretins don't know a good ale when they taste one, dear.
Had no legs.
Literally.
It's kind of my thing.
Yes, you do put a lot of lemons in your
It's kind of my thing. I'm gonna go back to my room and just take care of this.
Alright, so you go back to your room.
You gotta phrase that differently. You gotta phrase that differently.
Are you on the little
Self-soothing.
rocking?
Self-soothing
like
on
you're
the rocking
thrusting on camera.
caterpillar that you got from the library.
The caterpillar that you're bouncing.
The mechanical caterpillar we
Little
have with us.
mechanical. It's one of those spring caterpillars.
Oh, yeah.
So, the night dawns, Emerald, not the night, the morning dawns. Emerald, you meditate through the night. Would he be concentrating on anything during his meditation after?
Yeah, not being pissed off.
So just trying to center yourself. And
Yeah, that would be what the monks tried to teach him.
yeah. So,
You spent a long time basically being really
You know,
bad at
trauma
doing
lasts,
that.
alright? That's all I'm gonna throw out there. Trauma lasts.
it does.
Lifelong effects.
So just
Yeah, so I'm there trying to not be angry.
Are you also trying not to go to another flashback or another like?
I'm
dream
ambivalent
sequence?
about the dream sequence.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you're able to.
Wait. Does that mean that Immeral is recognizing some value in the dream sequences?
Shh. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe he wouldn't admit that out loud.
Not in the least.
Yeah.
But the fortune teller and a few other factors have Immeral legitimately, at the least, intrigued. If we want to bring Psych Speak into this, he is at least at the contemplative stage of Proshowski and Norcross's model.
Excellent.
I imagine Emerald going, I think I'm probably at the contemplative stage of the...
Emerald's meditating. I feel contemplative.
Amazing. Oh.
Not ready for action yet.
No, can't take any action. The next morning dawns way too early, it seems. You guys are all roused, brought down, given some coffee. Baeridin, you have a terrible crick in your neck from sleeping in the Bjorn.
Also being my cup holder.
I put your ring.
Okay.
Still on my hand.
Yeah, your hair is like matted in this really funny way.
Some ale dripping in.
I must have had an amazing night. I don't remember anything.
You did.
You know me, Gragnold. I party.
With all the other dwarves.
I'll bet I showed them an awesome time. They probably love me now.
Oh,
I'll go and ask around.
I think we should keep to ourselves. We're gonna go to work.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So
Emerald, where are we meeting these people?
We're going to the bakery.
Yep, so you guys make your way into the general goods and bakery store. You see 3 wagons getting loaded up. No horses right now. You guys recall you're told that you're going to have to help pull the wagons out of the city because there's a pretty hefty tax to bring a horse into the city, which is one of the ways the city manages to keep up all of what it needs to do.
Welcome, Scarlet. I'm assuming that's...
Nope.
No?
Nope.
It's a different Scarlet?
Different Scarlet.
Welcome, Scarlet.
All right, so as you're there, you see the owner of the shop, whose name I have to pull up because I'm great with
Well, isn't it Crispy Jr.?
It's Crispy's son. This one is
Crispy the Third.
James.
Crispy
James.
James Crispy.
James is overseeing things as you guys are helping load things. He's like, right, so you're going to be bringing shipments down to my sister's store down in Grafal and then down to the original store down in Windhold.
All right. Well, any ideas how we're going to pull these things?
You look and there's a couple other people. You see kind of a burly-looking human. He introduces himself as Duncan. And there's a lithe but strong-looking woman as well who's leading the party. And then there's also 2 other people who they seem kind of teamsterish, like they used to handling horses and stuff. They ask you guys to help with one of the carts, though.
So there's a rule that you can't bring horses into this
Right. So we have to
section.
You can bring horses in, but you have to basically you're paying a toll for the horses.
So is it specifically horses?
Yeah. Well, horses, but beasts of burden, horses, ponies.
Because I'm just thinking, like, Baeridin can turn into...
Ooh, interesting idea.
What about, like, elk, for instance?
Oh.
Or,
An octopus?
dire wolf.
And dire wolf. We're going to have a dire wolf pulling the carts. That won't draw any attention at all.
I don't think
So you're going to be the elephant
yes.
not in the room.
I mean, I don't think Baeridin would want to turn into, like, anything that's going to get us into trouble or end up having us pay a fine.
Well, that's actually an interesting question. So Immeral goes up to James and asks, what are the exact rules surrounding the idea of no animals or no horses within the town limits? Because we might have a more efficient way of getting the carts out.
Are you talking about sneaking a horse in or something? I really don't feel like paying the
Oh,
fine.
no. We're not going to sneak a horse in. Our friend, the short dwarf there,
who's right now eating donuts.
the short dwarf who is piling out the donuts in a very impressive fashion. Actually, think about hiring him for events. He has a remarkable ability to channel. What's that?
That's not a dwarf. He's a gnome, right?
He's very short for a dwarf.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
That's Emerald gives like a long look.
Immeral gives him a very stern look that says, "This conversation ends with this statement."
Is it?
Make a persuasion check.
Emerald does a lot of these long, stern looks. He's a lot of practice with Gragnold and Baeridin with long, stern looks.
Well, it's just basically that this line of inquiry is over. You do not call him a dwarf. Excuse me, a gnome. He is a short dwarf.
All right.
Okay.
Teacher and gamer, would they be cargo pants?
And that is a 12 in terms of persuasion.
Japes kind of looks at you and says, all right, he's a dwarf.
Yes, he is.
So he can create... I've heard of, mages who can make unseen servants and things over the mage.
Not like that. He just channels the strength of whatever animal he needs to channel.
And then he turns into one.
Shush.
Oh, sorry.
Well, here's the deal. If he can be strong enough to pull the cart, I mean, you just got to get the cart out of the city. It's like a mile and a half.
If we make a dire wolf appear,
that would cause panic.
If we make an oxen appear,
you'll have to pay the toll and a fine on the way out.
If we make a cow appear,
cows don't pull carts.
We can make one pull a cart.
A bear.
Yeah, I guess, but it will,
The bear.
What animal would not result in a fine?
I guess a cow.
A cow. Okay, a cow can pull the cart. Baeridin, do you hear that? A cow can pull a cart.
A cow can?
A cow can.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Baeridin will grab a couple of the last donuts and then shove a donut in his mouth and then go outside and shapeshift into a cow. Ooh. A bull.
All right.
Wait, wait. We didn't say a bull.
All right, a cow.
We want no bull.
No bull.
No bull.
No bull.
Can Baeridin shapeshift into different gendered animals?
Yeah.
I don't know why, the idea of you change into a cow is
why that would be.
God forbid you become a female.
Yeah, female cow.
Yeah.
Golly.
The laws of nature.
I have a cow.
I mean, it just never occurred to me to ask.
What music? Are we listening to Jim Croce?
This is part of Sirenscape stuff.
Oh, okay.
This is the sound of you transforming into a female cow.
Yeah.
I want to milk Baeridin.
Dude.
Baeridin gives you a alarmed eyebrows raised look.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I am playing a cow sound every now and then.
There it is.
Alright, so Baeridin turns into a cow and you guys get all hitched up. The carts are piled pretty high. Lots of different odds and ends in them. As you guys take off and start heading out towards the open road.
This is road music. This is good traveling music.
There's actually some different music for this, too.
This is the start of a journey.
It's true.
As you guys make your way to the front gates, the guards there are kind of... I've seen a cow pulling a cart before.
Teacher Gamer says, roll to milk. Make a grapple check.
That's how I'm gonna get Baeridin to move faster.
Mush.
I'm not gonna pop him. I'm gonna be like, keep going, or I'm gonna move.
I would imagine that would be very effective.
Yep.
So once you guys are outside the city, you stop by... Whoa, that's really loud. Sorry. You turn that down? All right.
Sonata 14?
So you guys eventually come to a small barn, hook up with some different horses, get everything connected, and start making your way outside of the city. So the landscape here is quite beautiful. You can actually see you're heading sort of in a southeasterly direction, and you see off to both sides of you the mountains. You're actually in this interesting like valley where these skyscraping mountains, think like the size of the Alps, are up on either side. But you're actually in this rather flat, rolling area. Pretty well traveled for the first few days that you're making your way through. Every 10 miles or so, pausing to stop by a well or other such small villages and things that you're going past, passing by different farms and things. About 4 days in, that's when you finally start to...
Teacher Gamer, that's just utterly ridiculous.
Oh, boo!
He said, how long?
Yeah, the cat would have gotten kicked off of pulling before they went off. But you guys...
When he changes back into a gnome, Baeridin is going to make a bunch of cow references at Gragnold that don't make a whole lot of sense.
So, what you learn is that
bad place to be
Alley
spotted.
kitties.
So the sort of lithe woman, Layla, she's the head of the caravan. She's the one leading this. She works with the family pretty regularly. Well, actually, no, they would have kept the name. So she says she knows the oak leafs well, and usually runs the caravans for them. Immeral, you would know Oakleaf is the surname given to all the kids raised in the orphanage. Most don't keep it in adulthood, but some do.
Okay.
Crispy did.
Crispy Oakleaf.
Yep. And technically, you're Immeral Oakleaf.
No, I'm not.
Technically.
Nope.
Whether or not Immeral admits that.
Nope.
I guess along the journey, Baeridin would ask Immeral, so if you figure out where you're from, what are you gonna ask him?
Why?
Why what?
Why did you get rid of me?
Do you think that'll fix your visions?
No. Maybe. I don't know. But in any case, it gives me answers.
Answers sound pretty nice.
Though I don't expect them to actually... I don't expect to find anything.
I imagine we've got to find something.
Yeah,
You've got to be from somewhere.
Yeah, well, I expect more answers that don't answer anything.
Gragnold likes to call those questions.
Yeah, well, Gragnold likes to put an interesting spin on things.
Oh,
That's
you do?
true.
Gragnold starts turning this.
How are Baeridin and Gragnold doing?
What are they doing?
Or how are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like, Gragnold is in service to his pack member. This is a quest for Immeral to sort of find his way, and I think Gragnold is sort of following, to a certain extent, Baeridin's enthusiasm to see where this takes us, but also in service of Immeral.
I think that Baeridin's like kind of similarly, like a lot of that stuff is sort of simmering under the surface. He doesn't want to kind of pull the focus away from Immeral's quest, so at the moment he's sort of he's not bringing a lot of it up, and like there's this sort of encircling thought, this idea that he like maybe isn't from the Moonfang clan after all, and I think that if anything, like Baeridin doesn't spend as much time joking with Gragnold on this like journey as he usually would.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Gragnold is a little somber after the fortune teller anyway.
We should go beat up the fortune teller for telling the truth.
That's right.
Nobody should ever tell the truth. That's a terrible idea. The truth can be unpleasant.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you tell us what we want to know?
Yeah.
Give us exactly what we're asking for. No!
Right. All my points ever.
The first few days that you guys were on the road, it wasn't a lot of opportunity to make small talk or to get to know anybody aside from Layla. And she didn't even speak very much herself. Mostly was directing things. The road was busy enough that you guys were having to pay a lot more attention to the horses and the goings-on. And I apologize, I keep saying stuff.
Oh.
It was getting very sad.
But after about, on the third day, like I said, things start to quiet down a little bit, and it seems you have a stretch of the road where it's more to yourselves. And Emerald, what position, would Emerald be more towards the front of the caravan, or would he stay more towards the back?
He'd stay at the front, towards the front, in a safe position, just to keep an eye out on things, so he can see what's going on. And basically play spotter.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so while you're out there, the guy driving the lead cart at one point invites you to come and just sit with him, because you guys come to the top of a hill and you can just see for miles. It's pretty open, rolling farmland. Houses are few and far between. And you know that this guy's a human named Duncan. Why'd you come sit?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I just put this together. We're delivering donuts with a guy named Duncan.
That was unintentional.
Yes! Yes!
That was totally unintentional.
You should ask him all about his donuts and his coffee. You should call him Dunk.
Emerald's gonna go up to the dunk.
Everyone's gonna go up to
I'm
the dunk.
staying relative.
Get some coffee.
You're all welcome. You are all welcome. I'll show myself out. Immeral stays relatively quiet and just doesn't say much.
All right. So he would kind of look you over. You're a bit different for an elf.
Uh-huh.
Not so uppity like all the other ones I've met.
I've been called that.
Uppity? Or not uppity?
Okay. So you say.
Where are you from?
Good question.
Fine, be super private. Fuck you anyway. And he kind of just leans back and...
I lean back as well.
Forward. Hear that?
Are we there? I thought we were
No, we're in a different wagon.
You guys are a little bit... I'm assuming Baeridin would be like on one of the wagons or...
Yeah, how long a caravan is it? Is it like
It's only 3 wagons, so it's not humongous. Oh. They're pretty laden down, and you're not moving any faster than you guys would be at a walking pace. So you're moving about 23, 24 miles a day.
Hobbs is with us, right?
Yeah.
Can I do beast sense with Hobbs and have him fly up so I can see in the greater distance?
Yeah, so you would need to be on a wagon for that, so you don't fall down.
Yeah.
And then what does beast sense do for you, if you can remind me?
Well, while we look that up, did Immeral see anything as he's looking at the apex of wherever we were?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's a 12.
12? Not really. It just seems to be ongoing rolling lands about every it's about every 10 to 15-ish miles you guys come to like a small hamlet or village, and you know that sorry, your dungeon master is terrible at remembering names. Gafal's the next big town or city that you come to.
You know, our dungeon master could just make it up and we'd never know.
That's true, because we're all
But it's
just
the name of the city that you guys are going to next, and I've already said it a couple times.
we did record.
Oh yeah, we did. We did actually record
There's
this.
also people like watching.
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
They
Something about continuity.
They might remember.
God, if we ever get to the point where we have fans who are questioning us on continuity, we'll know we've made it.
Yes.
That's
In
rough.
episode 1-6, where the DM said they were going to a different town,
And then
this
they
was
ended up
recorded as later worst episode ever.
You guys should totally feel free to,
yeah.
to do this. We're sort of making fun of this future person, but you should 100% feel free to.
Yeah, 100% be that.
Yeah, be that person.
And I will get things.
Comic book guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would just find that really entertaining.
Now, you know, Gafal's the next largest city down that you guys are going to. This landscape is fairly unknown to you, Immeral. It's familiar in that, it's just similar topography to the area around Windhold, but it still is new, and so you're just taking in a lot of that. Gragnold, go ahead and give a perception check. You're going to be using Hobbs's perception, though, so I need another instance of D&D Beyond, because D&D Beyond, awesome reference tool for everything that you need.
It is amazing.
It is pretty awesome.
Flying monkey. So that's going to be +1.
14.
14. You don't notice anything particular, no predators, not really much of anything. You do see different carrion birds and things that you see typically around roads.
No bandits.
No bandits seeming. You still are fairly close to Jericho too, and this road is very well traveled.
Okay.
And Layla would have imparted to you that she feels like the road between Jericho and Grafal is pretty safe for the most part, because it is so well traveled. But she's a little bit more worried about the time between Grafal and Windhold.
Cool.
So you're not really seeing anything?
Nope. I love
What is it like to fly around as a monkey bird?
It's transformational.
is Gragnold his eyes are closed, but his arms are stretched out? And
Yeah, he's gonna...
Yeah.
Okay, so we continue on the path. We continue towards whichever city this is. Now that I can.
Grafal.
Grafal. Yeah, now that I'm going back and forth between comic book guy mentality. So we head towards Grafal.
Yep. On the road to one of the members of this group that you picked up when you got the horses was a female rock gnome who, now that it's a bit more of a quiet time on the road, pops up next to Baeridin. So, hi!
Hi!
Where are you from?
I'm one of the dwarves from the Moonflang clan.
Dwarf? What are you talking about?
I'm a dwarf. The Moonflang clan. Haven't you heard of them? They were amazing.
Do I hear
All
this?
dwarves, and we used to. We lived in the woods. It was amazing. It was the coolest place. You should come visit. Well, not anymore because it's not there anymore because they all got wiped out. It was really sad.
They all got wiped out. How'd they get wiped out?
Oh, we were all attacked. We were attacked by a bunch of driders. Gragnold and I are still searching for the ones who attacked us to enact our revenge. We're the last remaining members of the dwarves of the Moonfang clan.
But you're not a dwarf.
He is a dwarf.
I will be right
He is a
there.
short dwarf.
I think you need to find yourself a different wagon.
I take this rock gnome aside, and we start talking about the rock gnome's origin. What is your name, dear rock gnome?
I'm Gabelle.
Gabelle. Okay, well, Gabelle, what you have to understand is this causes a lot of confusion as our friend Gragnold, our friend Baeridin here, he is a short dwarf.
He's a gnome.
He is a short dwarf.
Why are you guys trying to tell him he's a dwarf? Why does he think
He is
he's
a
a
short dwarf.
Are you trying
Again,
to intimidate
we're
or
ending
persuade?
this conversation.
Are you trying to intimidate or persuade?
I'm trying to be as friendly as possible, so I will persuade.
All right, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh my god, let's see here. Well, that's not great. That's an 8.
8? Look, I don't know why you're lying to this guy. That doesn't seem right. Like, where's his family? What happened?
Okay, let me ask you this, dear friend. Who is your family?
Well, there's my mom and my older brother, and then my other sister,
What
and then my
makes
younger
them
brother.
your
and then...
family?
Pardon?
What makes them your family?
Oh, mom gave birth to me, and they raised me, and they love me.
Okay, so just because somebody gave birth to you, that makes them your family?
Generally, yeah.
Okay. What if they treat you horribly?
I mean, they're still technically your family, but not a very good one.
Okay.
I've got a great family. My mom makes the best biscuits. Like,
We're not talking about you.
Oh, but you've been asking me questions about me. I'm really kind of confused.
Yeah, this is called rhetorical.
Oh. That seems mean.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but we're getting somewhere, aren't we?
Not really. I'm kind of confused as to what you're trying
Then
to get
let's
at
go
here.
with that. So, for a lot of people, family isn't who you're born into. Family is who cares for you.
Yeah, like Layla cares for all of us.
Right. Well, you know who his family is? They're dwarves.
Okay. I mean, look, Layla, she's a human. I don't hold that against her. You know, Duncan up there, Grumpy Pants, he's human too, but, like, I enjoy them. But I know they're humans.
He's raised by dwarves. He was accepted by dwarves. He's a dwarf.
While this is going on, Baeridin's talking with Gragnold.
Okay.
Gragnold is totally tuning out everything Baeridin is saying and keeping his eye on Immeral with the rock gnome conversation. Like, totally ready to pull a scimitar out and save Baeridin from the truth.
Well, I imagine because you sort of walked away with.
Yeah.
We're on a wagon, aren't we?
Oh no, I took the rock gnome out of earshot.
Oh, right, I thought we were on a wagon.
Yeah, well,
She's on.
Okay, I thought
She
we
was
were.
on a wagon. So
No. We go out of earshot. I'm not having this
Okay.
conversation near you two.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
By,
So wait, he actually thinks he's a dwarf.
And for as far as we're concerned, he is a dwarf.
Okay. How? Where are you guys? You guys are going with us all the way to Windhold, though, right?
Yes.
Dude, there's a ton of gnomes there. They're all gonna talk to, talk to him in gnomish and stuff.
And you know what? Then I'm going to have this conversation with a lot of gnomes, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. Good luck with that. I hope you're a little bit better with talking with them than you've been with me.
I like this gnome lady. She's got a lot of personality. She's got a lot of attitude. Not a lot of NPCs stand up to Immeral.
Emerald didn't do so
She
well.
has got some sass. I love it.
Emerald just kind of glares at her and says, "So are we done with this line of inquiry?"
Guess so.
Good. Now let's rejoin them.
Hey, Gragnold. What did that lady mean when she said that I'm not a dwarf?
She was confused. Baeridin, she said you were short for a dwarf.
Was that what she said?
You are awful short for a dwarf.
Yeah, do you think she was just trying to hurt
You're
my
my
feelings?
brother, Baeridin, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Everybody in the clan used to say I was really short for a dwarf, too.
It's true.
They used to make fun of me a lot. But she's not a dwarf.
She's not.
She looks
She's
kind
not
of like
part of the
me.
Moonfang clan either.
Do you think she's just a short dwarf too, and she doesn't realize it?
I suppose we'll never know.
Maybe I should go ask her about it.
I think we should probably come over here, Baeridin, and let's make a plan for what we're going to do with all these donuts.
Oh, I do have a few ideas about donuts. Listen, I was thinking that if you stack them the right way, you wind up with a donut pyramid. Or, even better, if you put them all around in a big circle, you could make a donut, and then it'd be a big donut that you get to have a donut inside.
Is that a donut square?
I think
No, they're round. It's a big circle.
that's a good idea, Baeridin. Good idea.
I have lots of those.
Yes, you do.
Oh, and if we dig something really deep and we put a bunch of donuts in it, that's a donut hole.
Ooh, a whole lot of donuts.
We continue traveling.
And continuing on, would you guys want to have any conversations or discuss anything? Trying to have any visions or anything like that during the travel?
Gragnold is really kind of nervous about what's going to happen with Baeridin in the next town.
Oh, what's up, Johnny Knowing?
Oh, Johnny. It's gonna get real interesting in the next leg. I have no doubt.
Yeah, no, I think Immeral is keeping to himself, relatively speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the sense that like the gang is sort of torn asunder by like the fortune teller.
We're stressed.
Some of the messages from
we're
fortune
definitely
teller.
stressed.
Yeah.
It's interesting to like think back to like the previous traveling stuff has all been like a lot of banter, and this is like not nearly as much banter and a lot of sort of keeping space from each other.
No, I think two of us are on point trying to protect the third one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a weird trip. I get the feeling that Baeridin is picking up a lot of weird vibes from the trip as a whole.
Yeah, give me an insight check, Baeridin.
Not great.
Good for Gragnold.
Baeridin is conflicted.
Baeridin feels conflicted feelings about the Rockalinch.
Oh!
Sunday, only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Thursday night fights on Friday.
Thursday only. It's a 8. I get an 8.
8. All right. It's one of those things of to any kids watching, you're up very late if you're on the East Coast. It's like that last year you believe in Santa.
It's like what?
That last year you believe in Santa.
Yeah. I think now I'm having doubts.
There's a lot of doubts in there, but you still desperately want to believe.
Yeah. I think that like Baeridin's actually going to sneak off from the rest of the group at one point to go talk to the gnome woman.
Okay, so
I was keeping an eye on Baeridin.
So is Gragnold.
So Baeridin's going to turn into a mouse, and sneak out of the carriage.
All right. So would you do this while you guys are traveling, or like during the night when you guys are making camp?
You guys are ready to roll.
The dice are ready.
I think Baeridin. I'm gonna go with during the day. It'd be like one time where Baeridin's like hanging out on the wagon for a little bit or whatever, and he's like just hanging out, kind of looking at stuff and playing with hobbs. And then when Gragnold and Immeral aren't looking, he's gonna turn into a mouse.
Oh, you think we're not looking?
When Baeridin thinks they're not.
All right, go ahead and give a stealth check with advantage. And that I'm trying to find.
Oh yeah, what's the mouse?
I think we're gonna have to use rat, which is just a. All right, it says it's +0, but I would say it's proficiency at least +2.
Okay. So then that's a 19.
19. All right.
Uh-oh.
I won't talk about it.
Oh!
Oh,
Yes!
natural 20?
Funny.
Nice. All right. So everyone's like,
No.
because you're at point so often, it's really hard for you to keep an eye on Baeridin during the day. As you feel like you've kind of gotten through to the gnome enough that she's not going to say anything. So you're up more towards the front with Duncan, who's just being super grumpy at you. And it's almost become like your thing with him, where you guys are just grumpy at each other.
I like Duncan. I know where I stand with Duncan.
Yeah. And so Baeridin, Gragnold, you clearly see Baeridin turn into a mouse and dart back to the cart where Gavel is.
I will not intervene, but I will go over there and be present for this
You're gonna
eavesdrop, but with the intention of knowing what's happening to take care of whatever happens.
Are you trying to be stealthy with this, or are you going to be openly walking back
I
there?
I will do as best I can to be stealthy.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Dwarves are known for their nimbleness.
18.
18.
Whoa, that's not bad.
Not bad. And okay, so would Baeridin be looking out for this?
I don't think so. I think his focus isn't so much getting away from Gragnold and Immeral as it is getting to have a chance to chat.
Okay.
So I don't think he's really like.
So we'll just go with your passive. So for that, all right. So are you just gonna like be a mouse and then kind of appear next to her, or like how are you coming up on her?
I think he's gonna be a mouse, and then he's gonna. I don't know if she's watched him transform. He's just gonna transform. Oh, I guess she was there when we were loading him, probably.
Yeah. So she probably did see, and
So he'll like hop up onto the back of the cart and then transform back.
Oh, whoa. That's really creepy and cool that you can do that. I've never seen another dwarf that can do that.
There we go.
Yeah, there's not a lot of other ones like me. Greg would like to say that I'm blessed by the wolf god.
The wolf god.
Yeah, that's who the Moonfang clan worships.
Oh. Never heard of the wolf god. Tell me about him.
Oh, the wolf god's amazing. He's given me these powers in order to, I think, seek revenge for the Moonfang clan. But we've always worshipped the wolf god. He helped save our clan from being lycanthropes eons ago. A long time.
You're a lycanthrope?
No. I'm not a lycanthrope.
Oh.
Once long ago, our clan were cursed lycanthropes, and the wolf god guided us until we could embrace our wolf selves so that we could survive in the wilderness and become the, I guess, predators, but also one with the environment. Truly living among the woods and the mountains. Because we worship the wolf god, he helps guide us in that path.
Well, that's cool. You're not in the woods or the mountains right now.
No, it's not as useful here, I guess.
Yeah.
But the wolf god's still there. And every night, when we look at the full moon, we can see him. Well, you know.
Well, it's not full moon every night.
Yeah.
And it was on Beltane. That was pretty cool.
It was a nice moon. It was a strong connection to the wolf god that night.
Well, that's cool.
I wanted to ask. A lot of people have insulted me for my height as a dwarf. But you seem pretty short, too. But you're not one.
No, I'm not a dwarf. I'm a gnome. I'm a rock gnome. I like to make things.
And she pulls out this small little. Check this out. And she winds up this little mouse toy and sets it down on top of one of the boxes behind her, and it kind of scoots around.
I made that.
Baeridin is like astounded, and is like chasing it around the like wagon.
My whole family does stuff like that. I love it.
That's so cool.
I'm also really good with horses, and like this is a pretty good gig to make money. And you just see the same countryside over and over again. But you know,
I guess if you're pretty good with animals, I am too, but we're mostly just here for Immeral and kind of helping him, I guess, find his past.
Yeah, he seems really grumpy.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
He's a good guy. You have to get to know him. And then mostly, like, be around him a lot, even though he doesn't want you to.
Oh. Well, I'll see how that goes. I mean, we still have a few more days before we're to fall, and then another week or so till we get to Windhold, or Windhold, sorry.
I keep making that mistake too.
Yeah. It's weird. I kind of want to go back home sometime, but...
Yeah, where's your home?
Oh, well, I live where, she kind of actually looks nervously around and sees Immeral at the front, so she feels a little better. South of Sujafars, the Raku Woods, there's a lot of different gnome clans that live there, and then off to the east are some of the lands where more of the halflings live, and that's my family's actually from there.
Oh, I haven't met a lot of halflings, or I guess a lot of gnomes.
Oh, we're all over the place. The Vale is where most of the gnomes live, but yeah, I live kind of my family's kind of from halfway between the Vale and the Raku Woods. I hear there's a lot of wood forest gnomes that live in Hiroto Woods too, and wood elves as well, like your friend up there.
Huh. I wonder if searching after his past is going to take us in that direction.
That might.
Yeah, maybe I have a chance to visit some of the gnome people too.
Yeah, I have a feeling you might get along really well with the wood gnomes. Just saying. They like short dwarves.
Well, I can see why.
And I can't hear any of this?
Nope, you're...
Okay.
They're in the last wagon, you're in the front wagon.
That's too bad, because I like this gnome now.
So, Baeridin, I think, doesn't really know how to... I think he's awkward. Like, he grew up most of his life living in wilderness and a clan of dwarves. And so he's not... I don't think he wants to ask the question because he doesn't want to know the answer.
Yeah.
And so he keeps sort of pausing and then like looking around a little bit until eventually he's just going to say, well, I guess I should learn a lot more about gnomes.
And she would actually in Gnomish say to him, what, like learn how to speak the language?
Does Baeridin know how to speak Gnomish?
Make a...
Oh, snap. This could be bad.
Make a just a straight wisdom check.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. You understood her. It's weird, like it sounded really funny at first, but then you were like, wait, you got what she was saying, but you don't think you could speak it back necessarily.
Baeridin just says in common back. Yeah. And then he's going to kind of look side to side, and he's going to be like, I gotta go, it's my shift. And then he's going to hop out of the back of the wagon. And turn into a dog.
All right, so you turn into a mastiff and go running off to the sides, go and look around, take a
and bound off into up to the further up carts.
Would Baeridin have seen Gragnold?
Yeah, you were keeping out of sight. He didn't see you, so yeah, you would have seen him.
Gragnold has been squeezing his fists in nervous energy by the side of this wagon, such that his unkept fingernails are like digging into his arms.
So, Baeridin sees Gragnold?
She said Baeridin did not see Gragnold.
Okay. Gotcha. Baeridin goes up and he starts his shift and he sort of chews on all of that.
All right. After you guys make camp that night, Gavel would seek Baeridin out and just in Gnomish come up behind him and say, "So do you speak and understand the language?" Because he actually did respond to my question earlier, and I kind of find that interesting that a dwarf knows Gnomish.
Do I understand all of that?
Yeah. Nat 20, yeah, or not Nat 20, but a modified 20. 20 was definitely high enough to...
Is this while everybody else is around, or?
Yeah, other people are around, like, you're on your own, like, kind of doing some of your chores, setting things up, but, yeah, Immeral and Gragnold, you guys aren't that far off.
So we can hear this?
Do either of you speak Gnomish?
That's negative.
So you hear her speaking in a different language.
Right, and then we hear Baeridin responding.
We don't recognize Gnomish, so even if we can understand it.
It's true.
Yeah, you don't recognize what the language is, but she is speaking to him in a different language.
I mean, it's kind of like Hebrew. It's recognizable.
Yeah.
Baeridin will respond in common because he can't respond in Gnomish.
Yeah, you don't speak, like, you can understand it, but you can't speak it.
And he'll say, yeah, although I don't know why. It's sort of like when I talk with squirrels or with snakes.
So you can talk to squirrels and snakes, huh?
Oh, yeah. I always figured it was from the wolf god. Maybe that's why I can talk to you, too?
I don't worship the wolf god.
No. But you should. The wolf god's amazing.
It sounds it.
Give her a pamphlet. Give her a pamphlet.
I imagine if Gragnold and Baeridin had a pamphlet, it would be like a piece of bark with a bunch of drawings of like wolf and then like a thumbs up.
The
and
wolf
then,
god.
Like, little stick figure drawings of like
sort of like the Buddy Christ from
yeah. That's what I imagine.
Oh snap! I'll have a beard. Should I do that at PAX?
You could cosplay Buddy Christ.
Oh my god.
That would be so good. Johnny's on board.
I think Johnny is on board.
Well, do you want to learn how to speak it?
Yeah. Can you show me some tips?
Yeah, and she would spend each night basically teaching you a little bit about just how to, hello, my name is Baeridin, and learning all the different, where's the discotheque? Go ahead and just give me this one's going to be more active learning, so a straight intelligence check.
13.
13. Before you guys get to Gafal, you're picking it up enough to ask some basic questions, but like you're still doing the thing where you'll start something off in Gnomish and then revert back to Common because you can't remember the words. But you still you're understanding it more and more, and she's starting to take to just speaking in Gnomish to you.
Baeridin sneaks off and spends time with her, learning Gnomish for a lot of the rest of the trip.
All right. She will also kind of teach him a little bit of rock gnome culture, and start teaching him how to tinker and make things.
I imagine that Baeridin living in the woods mostly doesn't like Baeridin's culture is mostly like barbarian culture.
Yeah.
And so a lot of learning rock gnome culture is also like hugely contrasted because there's a lot of like cultural norms that Baeridin doesn't necessarily understand, like eating with utensils.
Yeah.
Or like not like pounding on tables and stuff like that.
When Baeridin eats, is it kind of like the anime thing of
Baeridin just picks up
ridiculously big mouth.
Yeah.
I think I kind of picture, it's a double-fisted.
I mean, that's how he eats donuts.
It is the anime thing.
Yeah. Or it's like my 3-year-old when she's eating PB&Js and just like will make eye contact without breaking it and shove the whole thing in her mouth.
Just, oh.
God, I want to hang out with your kid. Your kid
She's
and I
awesome.
get along so well.
I just,
Our little so side story. Sorry, this morning my 4-year-old was pretending to cast ice spells on my husband, while then the 3-year-old came in and would go sword smash, sword smash.
you're raising them so well.
Plus one
Yeah,
parenting
storm
game.
sorcerer and a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Do they want to see the thumbs up and the pointing with the big smile? And the
Exactly.
oh, okay.
Can you get
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let it cry. Right there.
Photoshop, here we come.
I'm getting a picture with that.
I need the wig and the robes.
You need
Yeah.
the ropes. We're gonna make this happen.
But she will tell you a little bit about rock gnome culture, but making it kind of clear, she keeps hinting that, like, you really want to know the forest gnomes. Like, they do a lot of stuff, like, they love talking to little animals. From what I've been told, like, you could be standing in the middle of a forest gnome village and not even know it.
Are we in a forest gnome village right now?
Well, we're in plains, and there's, like, very few trees around, so I don't think so, but we could be. They're that good at hiding their homes.
Baeridin
I
is
understand
amazing.
the elves, and she points to Immeral, aren't even able to tell where they are.
Baeridin is amazed and will spend the rest of the journey trying to eye like everything, seeing whether or not we're in a forest gnome village.
All right. As you guys get,
Johnny took a screen cap.
I can't believe Johnny took a screen cap of that.
yes.
God, now I want to rehearse that more. I'm just like, I want to get it proper.
You're gonna have
There's a
to go
perfectionist
back and watch the movie.
I'll have to go be in the mirror tonight going,
Yeah.
which eye is it?
Which
Is
eye
it
is it? It's-
this one? This one?
I think it's the one closer to, yeah, there you go.
Is it the shoulders? Yeah.
Oh my god. So as you guys make your way, so this has been about a week on the road traveling. Eventually you see
Duncan and I come to kind of a friendly curmudgeonness at this point.
I'm almost picturing like the two of you like staring at each other with crossed arms, like
Yeah.
over a campfire.
I kind of want that Ron Swanson level of friendship with Duncan, where we didn't say a word to each other all day, and it was the best friend I ever had. We still never talk sometimes.
definitely.
Oh my God,
Thanks.
Johnny did do it.
Thanks,
Oh,
thanks, Johnny.
Oh, is it in there? Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, so at one point too, Duncan does, as you guys are kind of in your curmudgeonly, silent, looking off, keeping watch. He'll kind of look and be like, "Stay the way you are.
you too.
Don't turn into one of those douchey elves."
I've definitely been called that before.
And he would nod and end the conversation.
Man, I like this Duncan fellow.
I like Duncan.
As you guys are making your way into Gafal, so you see that this is a walled city, and as you're coming up over a bluff, coming down towards it, it's on a flat area. Look at my map real quick. That one. You can see the road coming. There's the road you're coming down in, and then there's another one leading off to the side, and then another one leading to the south. You can see Layla getting pretty excited as you guys are getting close to there. As she's going, we're gonna eat well tonight. I can't wait to. Karen's a great cook, so come on, let's look lively. Let's get in there before dinner.
Oh, has Gragnold been brewing this whole time?
Yeah. When is my brew ready?
I do not know about
2
brewing
weeks.
a beer. So how long does it take
2
for?
weeks. Approximately
2 weeks.
5 gallons would take 2 weeks of fermentation.
Okay. So you still got another week to go.
And then if you're bottle conditioning it or cask conditioning it, still needs another 2 weeks to carbonate.
But I don't have a magic bag.
Yeah, but it didn't accelerate.
It doesn't accelerate it. It does normal. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically to do a cask conditioned or bottle conditioned ale or lager, although you couldn't do a lager right now, you need approximately 4 weeks. Okay. Well, you know I make beer, right?
I did not know you.
Oh, yeah.
You make beer. Do we get to have some Dr. B beer at PAX West?
The Dr. B beer will not be ready in time for PAX West.
Oh.
Yeah, the Dr. Beer.
Dr. Beer.
Yeah. No, that will not be in time for PAX West. Although I do have a great recipe for what I call Belgian bastard.
Nice. All right.
Which night we're gonna do our game?
That's true.
But so we get into the town, or we're settling down, and we're about to eat well.
Yep. So you guys come into Gafal. So this is a very big, bustling town. You've mostly followed down a main thoroughfare down towards the southern end of the city. Eventually, you do have to pay a toll coming into the city, but that's something that Layla handles as being the what do you call the head of the the Teamster head, essentially.
The head of the local labor union.
Yeah. She's the one leading the caravan. She's in charge and making sure, setting the watches, everything like that. But you guys make your way down towards the southern end of the town, into a market district, and you see a familiar sign for Crispy's General Goods and Bakery.
Okay.
And you guys pull the wagons up into the back, and you see a young woman come out, a little shorter, a little stouter than you might expect for a human. Walks out and says, Layla, good to see you. And gives her a big hug, and Layla is, Bella, Karen gonna feed us tonight? She's like, of course she is. Come on. And you guys are brought in, and several of the items start getting you help unload the wagons for about 2 or 3 hours, and then loading up some new items on them. And then you're brought into, you guys are all led up into this apartment. It's very cramped in there with everyone. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of you plus 3, 6. So there's
but really, how much space do they take up?
No, not too
One
much.
of them sleeps in a baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
We can just hang him on a post.
Yes. No, it's you guys are brought up into the sorry, I'm changing the scenery. I did bring the city one.
Yeah, God, Johnny, knowing, absolutely. We need the Buddy B beer.
Buddy B.
The Buddy B beer, the triple B.
Buddy B beer.
Yep. The boo.
Emerald, what you notice coming up is that the girl Bella, she's got similar coloration to Crispy. And you guys led into their apartment that's above the shop and bakery, and sit down, and you guys are all brought out like a bunch of meat pies, probably about 7 or 8 meat pies to feed everybody. There's a
I love meat pie. Just personally, I love meat pie.
How can you not?
Right? It's so good.
They're brought in by this dwarven woman. She's got kind of reddish brown hair. She shaves her beard, but you can see a little bit of the 5 o'clock shadow coming in. And she sets things down, gives Layla a big hug. Kind of as she walks by Duncan, she nudges him really hard with her elbow. And he just shakes his head at her.
Respect this woman.
And it just looks to you through. You're new? Who are you all?
Immeral.
All right.
I'm Gragnold.
I'm Baeridin.
Lovely to meet you all. Here.
Baeridin's
Some of my meat pies. I'm the baker here. Bella runs the shop. So what do you all do? Is this
If
your
you're
normal
a
gig?
baker, why did we bring donuts?
You didn't bring donuts. You actually guys were bringing supplies.
Okay, I
bringing
thought we were
different
bringing
supplies.
Flour
Those
and sugar.
old donuts.
Week old
Week-old donuts. You turn
Week-old.
them into like a bread pudding.
I thought maybe there was something wrong with your baking. No offense.
I've been entrusted with the family recipe for the crisps, so
So, when was the last time you spoke with Mr. Crispy?
probably at Bella and I's wedding.
Okay. Oh, you and Bella.
Yeah, she's my wife.
Huh.
Cool.
All right.
No, Bella's Crispy's daughter. She runs the shop here, and I run the bakery. It's kind of a thing that that her dad and his wife started.
Trying to keep the business in the family.
Yeah,
The fact that you're a dwarf and she's a human doesn't cause problems?
she's a half dwarf.
Wait, she's a half dwarf?
Yeah, I thought you knew Crispy. Someone
Long
said you
time
knew
ago.
him.
Long time ago.
Oh, Crispy's wife's a dwarf.
Huh.
I guess
Huh.
he's got good taste in women.
Interesting.
That's for sure.
Okay, so, fair enough. Where is Crispy?
As far as I know, he's retired or supposed to be retired down in Windhold. But from what I understand, is Anna's always finding them underfoot.
Anna is always finding them underfoot.
Yeah, she runs the store down in Windhold.
Okay. All right. So they're still active even though they're retired.
Yeah, I mean, he's in very good health and good spirits. My understanding. Tamers keeps him on his toes. That's his wife.
Okay. Well,
Do we need to go down to Windhold?
yes, we do.
Is that where you grew up?
Haven't a clue.
We're trying to figure out where Emerald's from.
You're
I
Wood Elf,
obviously
aren't you?
do know where I grew up. I just don't want to talk about it.
He doesn't know where he grew up.
Oh, good. You have to like cross my
Don't
face.
do you need to do a con save just to make sure you don't throttle Baeridin?
Oh. Oh man. We're in the same clan. We're in the same clan. We're in the same clan.
You know where he grew up?
He's a wood elf, isn't he?
No. He seems to be.
I mean,
I'm an old friend of Crispy's.
oh, so you grew up in Windhold then?
Sure.
We've solved it!
Well, a friend of Crispy's. Belle, can we break out the good stuff? And she just kind of shakes her head. It's like 2 bottles. Only. Come on. And she goes and she comes up with some really good wine and pours you all a glass.
Can I tell it's good wine?
To Crispy. Make a perception check.
Oh, yeah, 20.
20.
Modified.
Yeah, it's not like the fussy wine. It's actually like the stuff that's reasonably priced but tastes really damn good.
Ah, the wine of the people.
The wine of the people.
Baeridin's gonna... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Baeridin is going to use this as an opportunity to find out more about Crispy. And the whole situation with Crispy.
Okay.
So he's going to just ask lots of questions about like Crispy and the bakery and how they got to like multiple chains and all that stuff.
I thought you were friends with. You said you were friends with him long ago. So was it like before he opened the shops?
Yes.
Oh wow! All right. Well, so yeah, Chris did pretty well. Like from my understanding, was he apprenticed for quite a while with some merchants. Kicked off on his own when he was about
20 or so. Those when most people finished apprenticeships, and then he opened up his general goods store when he was 30 and wooed and married the baker across the way a few years later.
No, that's really practical. That sounds like Crispy.
Now, everyone here, between her baked goods and his ability to get good stuff in stock and good prices, did really well.
Sounds right. That sounds like Crispy.
You were friends with this guy?
Yeah,
But he sounds so personable.
Crispy's great. Like, I've only met him a couple
the
times.
look I'm giving you is the look Immeral is giving you.
No, Belle's got 5 siblings. I mean, I guess, so you guys came from Jericho, though, right?
Yes.
All right, so you met James, then.
Yes.
Obviously Belle, and then Anna's down there in Windhold.
How many children did Crispy have?
6.
Crispy had half a dozen children.
Yeah.
Wow. Where are they all?
Well, Belle's right there.
Well, we've established that. Thank you.
Anna's still with him down in Windhold, and their youngest, Seb, he's down more by the Dahlia Plains. I think maybe thinking of expanding a shop down there.
Are they all bakers?
No, it's kind of a 50-50. Belle decided to go more of her dad's route and become a shopkeeper.
Okay.
But Anna does the baking to the shop to the south, and her husband's the one I think who's running the store if Crisp gets out from underfoot.
Okay. Well, so how long did it take them to expand into different shops?
Oh gosh, the first one opened.
Meanwhile, by the way, I'm pocketing different things that look well preserved.
Okay.
To refill my pockets.
Just go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
24.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Even with a 19, she would not notice. So, yes, you learned that.
Is it like cutlery and stuff?
No, I'm
like,
food. I pocket scraps of food and stuff. Because you never know. It's like a Nature's Valley granola bar. You never know when you're going to need it.
Or you need to make.
He's the mom of the group as far as snack preparation goes.
Yeah, exactly. I've always got a little something tucked away in the robes.
I mean, Baeridin's on board. He loves snacks, so there's no. Even if Baeridin noticed, he would never say.
Growing up on the streets, you never know when your next meal is coming from.
Yeah, so you had learned that the shop that you're in was the first one that was expanded out to, and that Bella was actually the one to take that up and open it herself when she was probably when she was about 22. And then she and Anna, Anna's not her. Sorry, Anna's the wife. This is Karen. She and Karen married a couple years later, and Karen became the baker, specializing more in savories than sweets, but still does make the sweets.
Way to keep it in the family.
Yep. And then her brother opened up the one in Jericho next, and now they're talking about expanding down to the south as well.
Okay.
So 4 of the kids are running shops and things. The 2 others, one of them has gone into the clergy and is a cleric.
Crispy cleric.
And then the other one, the youngest, actually, so Seb's the second to youngest. The youngest one hasn't, they've been trained to work in the shops. Not sure if they want to keep working in the shops or not, though.
Okay, so we've got a crispy confection, crispy cleric, crispy confused.
Is the confused one me? Is that...
No. The confused doesn't know what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And what are the other kids doing then? So,
Well, one of them has to have opened like a dairy farm.
Oh, crispy cheese.
Maybe that's what the confused one will end up doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got James James who runs the store up in Jericho, Bella running the store you're at, Anna is in Windhold, and then Sebastian's down more towards Simcoa, which is the large village, small town near the Dalier Plains, where it's all the farming of the region is done.
Okay. Well, that's a lot to catch up on for my buddy Crispy. It's nice to know that his family's doing so well, and that obviously, his daughter married such a fine dwarven woman. Is there any way for us to get word to Crispy ahead of us being there?
None that I know of. I mean, I know that there's some magics and things that allow people to do spells and stuff, but
Carrier pigeons?
not that I'm aware of.
That's a small town.
Yeah, it'd be rather expensive. I mean,
Define expensive.
I'm not even sure. I haven't even bothered to look. Honestly, anytime you hire a wizard, it's a stupid amount of money.
Where can I find the wizard?
You look outside. It's gotten pretty late into the night.
So at the bar.
I don't know what bars they go to, unfortunately. I don't go out much myself these days, but there's a shop, but you guys are taking off in the morning.
Okay.
Ride is see about what message do you want to get down to him?
I just want Crispy to know before we arrive that Immeral says hi and he's on his way.
Oh, you don't want to surprise him?
No.
I know. Sophia's in town. She's got a fast horse. She'll be moving a lot faster than you guys. I bet if you give her a few gold, she'd take that message for you.
Sounds great.
Gragnold, why does Immeral want to talk to this Crispy guy?
I think it has something to do with his homeland. Everyone's trying to find where they're from, Baeridin. One way or another, we're all trying to go back home.
I guess that's pretty true.
They're like the Abbott and Costello, Statler and Waldorf. They're like brilliantly stupid. Is this like a duo of Shakespearean fools that we...
Are we Rosencrantz and Guildenstern?
No, I'm thinking Touchstone and what was one of his other? I mean, unless you guys want to be like
killed at the end of this.
I was thinking like a more cogent Vladimir and Estragon, but
so while you were catching up and learning about Crispy, at some point during the night, Bella would have leaned over to Gragnold and be like, "All right, I got to know about you trio. You guys are an interesting collection of traveling companions."
True.
What do you want to know?
How'd you end up all together? From what Layla said, you three came as a group.
That we do.
We do. We travel as a pack.
Mm-hmm. Moonfang clan.
Immeral joined our clan. He's the first one to join our clan in, I don't know, like a long time.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. First non-dwarf.
She looks over at Baeridin confused, but decides to let
First
it
non-dwarf.
We met because we were going into the jungle.
Nope, she's never heard of the Bank Clan.
For a city kid, Immeral did pretty well. You're not bad in the jungle.
Thank you.
You went to the jungles.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
We were investigating some type of terrible undead mystery.
Oh, we had adventures together.
It was pretty wonderful.
Huh. Undead?
Oh my god! Yes! Yes! Casual nerdiness! Yes! Moonfang Clan?
Is that our symbol?
I think it might be, because, I mean, we go Wu-Tang. Moonfang Clan.
That's it. Now you guys all have to take a level of Bard.
Moonfang Clan ain't nothing. Never mind. Hooty hoo!
There's been a lot of rumors about some undead things up here, too.
Yeah. What? Rumors about undead up here?
Yeah, at the bar a few weeks ago, someone was saying that one of the small villages got overrun by, like, zombies and stuff until, like, some...
Let's back up. So, there's two different types of undead that we've noticed. Some are actually undead, and some are mushroom creatures. Either way, you take the head off, it's dead.
Gragnold has a lot of experience with it.
Take the heads off. I think that's a good thing.
Either way, you could put it in a blanket first, wet blanket preferable, and then kill it.
So put a wet blanket around the zombie and then kill it.
If it's the mushroom type of zombie.
How do you know the mushroom type of zombie from the regular zombies?
Well, if the blanket kills it.
Sure. Well, that's why, really, you gotta, when in doubt, put a wet blanket
Keep up.
And then cut its head off. But with the wet blanket, you can't go wrong.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind.
Did you hear anything else about the rumors?
Well, some Pelorians have been showing up and saving villages, it seems.
They are not saving the villages.
They killed all the undead things and helped the people not die, from what I've been told.
Yeah, they're putting an ointment on it. We cut it off at the source.
That's a metaphor.
Oh. That's
Did
good,
Don
I
teach
guess.
you that?
No, you did.
Ah.
I learned it from you.
Is that like our pineapple? There has to be one in every episode.
Yes.
We will reincorporate that every time.
Yep.
Is this like in Pee Wee Herman in
The
Pee
word
Wee's
of the
Playhouse,
day?
where we do the word of the day, and then everybody. Yeah.
I learned it from you.
All right. Well, I haven't heard of any mushroom people. But,
Which town did this happen in?
oh god, this was east of here, quite a ways. Not in Sojiafar proper, from what I understand. Though the Pelorians have been moving through here. A few of them have been moving into the Moonlit Mountains. Just strange. They've been talking about having to cleanse the mountains of darkness and whatnot. I don't know.
I don't like it, Gragnold.
To them.
I don't like it.
Are there any Pelorians in town here?
I'm sure there's a few. I don't think there's a temple to Pelor. Well, there might be. I don't go to the religious district very much. We've always
Did
followed
you
the
say anything
Founder.
about a star child?
Yeah, actually, someone was talking about that the other day. Like that Pelors are being... What was it? Karen, do you remember what that drunk guy was saying about the Star Child? And she's like... Something like... his visions are guiding the light of Pelor across the lands or some crap like that. I don't know. He's stupid.
Was he kind of an old man with gray hair and I burped a lot?
No. This guy was middle-aged, kind of overweight. He did burp a lot, but not old. I mean, you're not calling 30 old, are you?
I think it's spreading through the ranks.
Their star child is a friend of ours.
Oh, really?
Sort of.
Well, depending on how you want to define it, their star child is friends of ours.
Former traveling companion.
I liked one of them.
He never really joined the Moonfang Clan.
Oh,
Well, that's
okay.
true. He didn't join the Moonfang clan, but he was certainly a good traveling companion.
He was alright.
Both of them were.
He was confused.
Well, no, I have... And Bella kind of leans in and is like, yeah, I don't know, the Pelorians have been weird. Like,
That describes the Pelorians on any given day.
You nailed it.
We went to the temple to Lathander the other day, and some of them were outside trying to tell us to worship the true sun. So,
Like a different sun?
There's 2 suns.
Well, no, I mean Lathander's sun, the god of the dawn. Well, Pelor's the god of sun and light. So.
Well, so where are they over there now? Can I go talk? Can we go talk to them?
It's sort of the middle of the night now, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
it's pretty late at night at this point. I mean, yeah, the pub's just down the street if you want to go. I'm sure there's some drunkards there.
Now let's go to bed. Let's get up in the morning. Let's move on.
I think we should go check out the bar. She said there might be important people to learn about from there.
I think we had a late night last couple nights, and we should get an early start tomorrow.
Gragnold, why don't we check out the bar in the morning?
Oh. I know you're on my side, Barry. All right. Well, I guess we go to bed. Bedtime. You guys go ahead. I'll meet you up there.
Oh, Gragnold
Bella
must
kind
be so tired.
comes up towards Immeral and is like, "Did I hear right that you knew my dad?
Yes,
When did you know him? Come on."
long time ago.
All right. Obviously, before any of us were around.
Very much so.
What was he like when he was a kid? Did you do apprenticeship with him?
Of sorts.
Come on, Immeral, tell us a story.
I know about my dad. Like, when did you know? Was he a kid? Did you know him when he was a kid? Are you from the orphanage too? Are you from Oakleaf?
Baeridin's like quietly with his mouth open. He's like,
There's donuts falling out of Baeridin's mouth.
Hold up.
Yes, I'm an oak leaf.
Oh. What was he like as a kid?
Very concerned about his hair. And also
All right.
very loyal.
Come on, you got to know some embarrassing. I need an embarrassing story about my dad.
Your dad was possibly the best friend I ever had. And your dad was a source of support, kindness, and I don't think I would have made it through the orphanage without your dad.
You can see she's very pleased, but she kind of feigns some disappointments. Like,
Your dad also helped me play some pretty interesting pranks on the bully within the orphanage.
oh my god, please tell me. I got in trouble so often for pranks. If Dad used to prank, I need to know.
Well, he didn't actually do it. But he made sure I was able to.
So he was the lookout.
Not exactly. What's she wearing?
Kind of just standard. Just trousers on, kind of just standard practical gear. Like
Practical gear. So there might be things hanging. There might be things for me to steal.
yeah. She's got a couple of pockets. Like you can see keys. You can see she's got like a small money purse on her. She does have like a bracelet on her wrist too. She's got short sleeves. So.
Okay, so on short sleeves. So I actually take her hand. I offer to hold her hand for a moment. I cover her hand, and in that process, I swipe her bracelet.
Okay, go ahead and make sleight of hand.
22.
Which against an 8, she definitely does not notice.
Okay. Yeah, well, the plus 11.
I know. It's totally nuts.
That's
So as we continue to talk, I tell her your dad really did more than just be a lookout. He was distractible. He was able to distract people long enough for me to learn how to do this, and I give her her bracelet back.
You were the one who ran away and became a thief.
Sure.
Baeridin was eating a donut or a meat pie, possibly a meat pie, and
Possibly
now,
a meat donut.
a meat donut. and now his mouth is just open, and he's just watching Emerald in silence.
He talked about 2 of his best friends from the orphanage ran off once to become pickpockets. Is that you?
I was one of them, but it didn't. It probably didn't go how your dad said.
He said 2 of his greatest friends left, and he would get little notes and things, but didn't really ever see them again.
Well, surprise.
Are you going to rob me?
If I was going to rob you, why would I give you this very fine bracelet back?
Fair point.
You know, if I'm good enough to take the bracelet off your wrist.
Fair point. Karen, we're going to have to do inventory tomorrow. Bitch!
The only things I've taken are the things that you offered freely.
I didn't offer my bracelet.
That's true, and this is why I gave it back.
All right, fair enough.
I was just trying to prove a point. Did I make it?
Yes.
Good.
He'll be happy to see you, I think.
Good.
Well, I'll let you all rest up.
Baeridin spits the food out of his mouth and he goes, "Who was the other person?"
So we've been working on our manners, I see.
All right.
The other person was another friend of ours. I don't exactly know what happened to her. But I cared for both of them greatly, and I was very sorry to leave.
Well, I know Dad will be excited to see you.
Did he ever mention a boy named Happy?
Yeah, he's a bully.
Whatever happened to Happy?
Happy's blacksmith. It's a shitty-ass blacksmith shop. Closed up a few years ago, I think.
What's an ass blacksmith?
They mostly make pants.
They make iron pants. Are you happy with this answer?
I suppose I gotta be.
Yeah, he became a blacksmith, but was never really a good one. Kind of always a drunkard, is my understanding.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, off to bed and then back on the road?
Yeah.
All right. Emma, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Okay.
Do you have an actual D100?
Do you have an actual D100? Of course you do. Of course you do.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, do it the old-fashioned way.
Right, yeah. I don't know what happened to it. I lost it.
Okay, that is 16.
A 16.
16.
All right. Ooh, okay, so this one's interesting. I'm gonna change up the music for this really quickly. Hold on.
If you start playing the wah wah wah,
Oh no, not gonna play that one.
come on, Price is Right failure.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
If I can find it, I need to figure out how to order
Roll
it.
another D10. Grog of Substantial Whimsy.
Yeah.
Immeral develops synesthesia. Whenever he gets hit, his hit points float away in front of him.
Yeah. Chuck, we need some
There we
sound.
go.
Chuck, where are you, man?
All right. So, as you are concentrating that night, thinking about everything that you've experienced, kind of all the stuff that you've seen, and thinking about
you think a lot about the orphanage and memories of Crispy and tormenting Happy after he would torment you and make your life miserable, running off with Daisy. And for some reason, you're brought back to that disoriented feeling that you had when you first came and you first remember being at Oakleaf. And as you concentrate on that, you feel like this other memory kind of bubble up. And you feel a sense of just constant warmth around you. Looking ahead, as you see cavernous walls, stalactites hanging down, and these gently glowing mushrooms that are growing along some stalagmites. You know that it's not a very bright light that they produce, but it's almost too much for your eyes as you look at them, and the pain of your eyes stinging kind of brings you out of your meditation.
Okay. Felt warmth and safety, huh? Don't trust it.
All right.
That is your usual reaction.
Usual.
Warmth and safety.
Don't trust it.
Yeah.
That's just people trying to get you.
So the next morning, as dawn comes, you all take off again to the open road.
Gragnold totally snuck out, went to the bar, by the way.
Okay.
Also, I want to add in that I think with all the zombie stuff going on, Baeridin's going to start sort of praying to the wolf god before bedtime for guidance on whether or not that's important that we go after that zombie stuff, or do we need to sort of asking if we need to sidetrack in order to go after that, or if it's a part of our path.
Who wants to go first? Do we want to bar first, or?
So Gragnold's goal is not just because he's a lush, but because the talk of the Pelorians.
Not just.
Thank you. He likes to taste the ales and all the everything.
Yeah.
But also because he really is mostly wants to know about the Pelorians, and they mentioned the Moonlit Mountains, and I want to know what sort of darkness they were cleansing in our former mountain home, because there was some tell that the Pelorians were up there around the same time as the Dreaders, so I'm suspicious of the Pelorians, so I don't want to go in there with my arms out, but I'm curious what I can find out about what darkness is in the Moonlit Mountains.
Okay. So you enter into, you're given directions to a tavern not too far away. It's about 2 blocks away, pretty easy. And you're, Bella does trust you with a key to the house, saying that most people are going to be asleep when you get back, and shows you where you're to kip up for the night.
I'll be quiet.
And just before you take off, though, Layla is like, we are leaving at first light, whether you're there or not.
Yes.
And, when you get to the bar, it's a little bit later, so it's not a full rowdy crowd right now. There's a few people drinking. Got a couple of guys over at the bar. Some people sitting kind of in a quiet corner at the table having whispered conversations. There's a bard playing off on the stage with a few people listening to her music. Which group would Gragnold kind of gravitate towards? Can
I sense if there's anybody who might be Pelorian enthusiast?
Make a perception check.
What check?
Perception. Yeah.
A Pelorian enthusiast.
4.
4. You don't see anybody in like the white cloaks or the suns, so doesn't seem to be.
Baylor!
One of the barmaids as she walks by, bless you.
Worth a shot.
All right, then I will. I'll look for somebody who looks like they're maybe adventuring in a combat sense. It looks like maybe they have weapons or something, like they're out there trying to cleanse the darkness.
Yeah, you see some guys at the bar who have some weapons and things, and they're definitely swapping stories and sitting around. As you make your way over, they actually make space for you to come and kind of join them. Well met, brother.
Well met.
I see one of them is a dwarf. There's a half-elven man there as well. Only looks like he's got a crossbow. And just wearing some like basic thin robes and things. There's also you see one tiefling there. And then also a rather large beast. You've met one of these creatures only once, Philbrog. And kind of hunched down, kind of trying to... A Philbrog.
Wait, what is that?
Furbolg?
Furbolg, sorry, Philbrog. I can never... Furbolg.
Oh, Furbolg.
Yeah.
Furbolg.
I still don't... I'm going to have to look that one up.
That's an old one.
What does the furbolg look like?
So they are standing about 8 feet tall. Brownish fur covering their body. Pointed ears coming up. See, like sort of bright blue eyes and sort of like a...
Oh, snap. Okay.
Cowish looking nose.
Oh, yes, I know these.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
very wearing just kind of basic leathers, and it looks a little uncomfortable inside, but it's also like trying to like not take up too much space and be kind of polite and hello.
Have any of you been to the mountains, Moonlit Mountains?
And the tiefling kind of looks. I have, but not recently. About a year ago.
Were you cleansing darkness?
You're talking about that crap the Pelorians are doing now.
What are they doing up there?
Damned if anybody really understands it, but they are trying to shut down different temples that they believe are evil.
Any in particular?
One person leans over and is like, heard they've taken a real big rub against the Raven Queen.
Makes sense.
I don't care too much for the Raven Queen myself. You don't think the Pelorians have any ill will towards the wolf spirit, do you?
Anything that's associated with the night and wolves and the moon and all that aren't going to be looked at very fondly.
Wolves and the moon and all that. You know who I could speak to more about this? Any of the Pelorians themselves, and might be able to clear some things up for me.
Oh, there's... I know I saw some a while ago, but I don't know where they're going. And the Philbrog kind of speaks up and is like, I heard that there were some moving down into the forests, trying to cleanse things there, which I hope is not true. The woods would not welcome them, I think.
No, they wouldn't. All right, well, gents, thanks for your help.
And they kind of nod, and I'm guessing you probably stayed and swapped a couple stories and stuff with them, or... Nope, just came in, said your business and left.
Yep, I was going to try to be nice to them, and they were plenty nice, but I got what I needed before I even had to pay for a drink.
Yep. Yeah, well, I'm going to assume that happened over the course of a drink, but
okay.
We'll say that they bought you one.
Perfect. All right. Night, gents.
All right. Baeridin, go ahead and give me just a straight religion check.
Natural 20.
Wow. All right, hold on. I got to get some good music for this. There's that one. Nope. This one. Oh, wait, actually, I want that one.
Thanks,
right.
WP.
So, as you are...
This say not 20.
It says not 20! That's a stupid autocorrect.
Wait,
I got a nat 20!
not 20. All right. So, as you are meditating, or not meditating, you start to
Wait. It's ruddy mysterious.
go out to concentrate and
That's
think on the wolf god. This week, so it's been. I have a moon calendar, because I'm that much of a geek.
So you have a moon calendar for tracking
The moon in a
the
fantasy
moon during
setting.
our
Yes.
campaign.
You're in this imaginary world that you've created. You need a moon calendar.
For somebody when you have a druid who's Circle of the Moon, and the moon druids are supposed to meet under the full moonlight. Yes.
I respect your commitment to this.
I
I really respect your commitment to this.
So it's about the moon's waning at this point.
The Runefang clan. Moonfang clan.
As you are meditating, Baeridin, you look up towards the moon, and it's like you feel yourself getting pulled up into the moonlight. It's like you're in this space that isn't on the ground, but isn't in space either. And you see before you these eyes that are shining silver. And you just feel this warm presence around you. Oh. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Baeridin's totally comfortable with the warm presence.
Yeah. And you do, as you're looking at the eyes, like you can sort of, the eyes are the only thing that's in focus, but you can see sort of a silvery snout and ears of what looks to be a gigantic wolf.
I'm imagining that this is Baeridin, who's felt out of place most of his life.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the one place where he doesn't feel out of place. This is
He
like
100% feels comfortable and welcome, and it's like when you find that thing that just fits, it's like, this is where you're supposed to be.
Baeridin just sort of takes like a big deep breath, and like you can almost see all the like goofiness and all of the erratic. That was great.
That was awesome.
Ruddy, mysterious, harrowing.
Way to throw
Throw
back.
it up enough, it eventually sticks.
All the sort of goofiness and erraticness that Baeridin has, that like here is just sort of lifted from him,
Mm-hmm.
and instead he has just a calmness about it, and he says, "I need to ask a question.
Of course.
There's some stuff going on down where I am with undead and things of that nature. You have always sent me on your quest to serve you best. But right now we're serving our clan member. Should we derail and go after another prey?"
Your clan member needs to find their feet. You need him to be whole. Because I need you all at your peak strength when you go on your mission. I need you to find my relic.
Your relic?
As you say that, you have this quick flash of seeing the chief of your village holding up a ceremonial sword.
Baeridin like nods fully and he goes, "I remember it well."
You need to seek it out, but not yet. Help your clanmate.
I will. We'll make sure that Immeral gets his feet under him again. We can't be a pack without his hunt.
The rest of the pack needs you. They need all 3 of you to be whole.
Baeridin will sort of go up to the wolf spirit and which I imagine is gigantic.
It's gigantic, yeah.
But like place his head and nose like close to the wolf spirit's head and nose.
And it's solid for just this moment of feeling like some very soft fur, and you can feel this warm breath on you. And you just, that feeling of comfort and belonging stays with you as you feel yourself kind of re-entering your body.
And then just before Baeridin leaves, he's going to turn to the wolf spirit and he's going to say, "Was I not born into the Moonfang clan?"
And you still feel that feeling of warmth and acceptance, but there's no answer.
Baeridin just nods. And then he leaves his meditation.
All right. All right, so early the next morning.
By the way, screw you, DM.
What? What'd I do?
DM you and your cliffhangers.
So good.
I want to know. I want to know.
There's seed hooks, little story hooks all over the place for you guys. Yay! All right. Yeah, I get to the right picture for you guys. All right. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. That one. All right, so you guys start making your way to the south. This next trip takes... It's a little longer than a week to get there.
My beer is ready.
Oh.
I
Wait, so it's been 2 weeks?
Okay, so it's been a week to get to Grafal, and then it's another 6 days to get to Windhold.
So it's just about done fermenting.
Yep, about done fermenting.
So it's got
Celebrate with it.
another 2 weeks and it'll actually be conditioned.
You drink it right out of the bag.
Oh, it's going to be so flat.
It's cask. Warm and flat, so the flavors are there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be flat.
Yeah, but it's...
Traveling, would you guys... would there be anything that you'd want to cover while you were traveling? Like, things you want to talk about, or...
Yes, I sit down with the 2 of them and I say, "You 2 now know more about me than anybody else has ever known about me, save for the people I grew up with. Don't abuse that." And then I walk away.
I will, while he's walking away, I will give a howl to the moon.
Aw.
Baeridin will join in.
I pause for a moment and just kind of go. Under my breath.
Immeral, you were able to, for 3 gold, hire a runner to get your note to go.
Okay.
They told you probably would get there in about 4 days.
Okay.
What she was figuring.
I'm just taking notes because we're covering like so much.
There's so much here.
So much plot.
I wrote down a week until beer.
The important.
That's the important thing. That's what Gragnold would be focused on. It's like,
One more day, my beer's ready.
and you have 2 more casts that you can, right? Or no, 3 more casts that you can fill.
Can I guess the one thing that I would do if I'm walking next to the wagon, we're going into the forests or we're staying plains?
No, so you guys, the area that you're traveling through is mostly plains. It's like gently rolling hills and bluffs. Not necessarily good. It's not good farmland. It's pretty gravelly. There's some small mountains, large hills in the area.
Would there be anything to forage, berries, or
Go ahead and make a nature check. Or no, sorry, survival. Sorry.
Survival. I'm proficient in survival.
10?
10.
Not that proficient, I guess.
You're able to. It's early, still fairly early spring. I mean, Beltane just passed, so you can find you're able to find a few handfuls of berries and things, but not too much.
No, then I could make prep my next batch of beer with.
You're able to find over the course of the week. I'd say you're able to find some wild strawberries, a few different herbs and things that you're able to keep in some of the pouches inside of there. So definitely some stuff that you could use to spice up some beer. Are you wanting to set up another batch to brew while you're on your way?
Yeah.
And you have 4 barrels.
Stagger them. I normally just make it and drink it, but now I can stagger them. This is a great idea.
Yeah, you got 4 barrels in there. So I guess like a weekend you start the second batch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and make a check with your brewer's supplies, and I'll say with advantage because you've been taking your time and really reflecting on what you want to make.
All right, that's plus 4 on that.
Ooh.
So 19.
19. Yeah, you feel. You don't think this one's going to be as good as the first one you made? Like you had some sort of just spark of inspiration with that first one, but
Good insects.
yeah, good insects with that first one around there. But this one you feel like, yeah, you got some good stuff too.
Bug juice.
Did you guys ever go camping and then they made bug juice? Was that a thing?
Baeridin's bug juice. No, this is not a shared experience.
This is like a thing. You go like camping and then they make like Kool-Aid.
It's basically like Kool-Aid and Sprite or something.
Yeah, and then
mix
they
it together.
And then they always called it bug juice.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right.
I insist it's a real thing that happened.
Yeah.
I sit down with them, but then I'm anxious. I want to get things moving. We've got to get to Windhold.
Yeah, so as, and I'll just say this, during the travel to Gaval continues to teach Baeridin Gnomish. You're able to mostly converse in it. Like some of the more difficult things you're still reverting back to common, but your understanding of the language is definitely improved and you feel very confident in your ability to speak it at this point.
I imagine that Baeridin is not particularly good at keeping secrets from Gragnold anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty quickly he would have like dropped any ruse of trying to learn any of this secretively, and would just be like talking to Gragnold a bunch about gnomes and just like how interesting gnomes are. And would just be like excitedly talking about like, and she built this thing and it was like running around, but it's like a thing she made and not like a real thing, like an animal thing. And like talking about all the different gnome culture, so that Gragnold can help him keep an eye out for forest gnome homes that we could be in the middle of at any one moment.
Do I hear any of this conversation going on?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Okay.
I think
At some point, after hearing some of this stuff, I sit down with Baeridin, and I just say, Baeridin, I know you felt a little out of place with your height. Take it from me, someone who's felt out of place his entire life. Where you come from doesn't matter as much as who you're with.
So what you're saying is that I'm gonna be as tall as you are?
It's entirely possible.
Wow!
I know.
You're way taller than Gragnold.
That's so true.
Wow. Baeridin walks out and he's like on his tippy toes.
I looked at Gragnold and I tried.
All right. Well, because we only have half hour left and I want to get to this part, you guys eventually come towards what you see is a larger mountain. And Immeral, you get this very weird nostalgic feeling looking upon it. You've never approached Windhold from this side, but you can see the mountain, and you can see off on the eastern side of it the peak of the tower of the wizard school.
Do I still see the scorch marks from their fireball range?
Yeah, you can see a few scorch marks on the earth.
Well, that's at least not changed. That's good.
All right, and I'm going to bring us over to the map of Windhold. So this is our very first bit of fan art that we got, and it is beautiful and amazing. It is so much better than what I did.
It's so cool!
It's so cool. So this is Lori Beast. She's at LORIBENDERBC on Twitter. Hire her to make maps for you. Like, this is amazing. Like,
you can see the Wizard's Tower up right there, and the scorch marks that go off to the scorch marks aren't there, but you can. But there's
where the
scorch marks that be firing off from the tower to the east, and that's the snobby area where you're pointing right now.
Up in here.
Yeah, because you can see it's divided. That's hilltop.
Oh yeah, okay.
Snooty bastards.
Snoots.
And yeah, that's the commercial district right there, where all the shops and the artisans are, and all that, and then off to that's like the industrial area, although the orphanage is up like center right there. I can't believe how into this I am. This is ridiculous.
It's such a good map. Like I cried when she showed me the early sketches.
Yeah, the marketplace is right there, and they've got a combined temple, because that's the temple where both the civic and the religious ceremonies go on.
Yeah, marketplace.
Yeah,
this is so cool.
She did an amazing job. Like, my map, I'll
the little labels and stuff,
because we moved over to a different instance of Roll20 for different reasons, so I don't have mine, but mine was pretty terrible. Well, it's just blah. I mean, I
loved the hand drawn things. I could practically smell the purple marker from there.
Yeah, it's essentially like a whiteboard. Like, all right, so this area is this stuff. Okay. Like, I took my little blobs and turned it into this beautiful, amazing artwork. So
no, it's so stellar.
It's so cool. Are we gonna? Can we post this anywhere?
It's on Twitter already. So
okay.
yeah. I'll make sure I'll repost it tonight or probably tomorrow morning.
Yes. Let's go to Windhold.
Yes. All right. So you guys enter into Windhold, coming in from the eastern gate. So going around, avoiding the areas that the wizards use for scorch marks. Layla's kind of like, we don't want to hit that. And as you guys come in, taking a quick route towards the center of the market district, and you see a very large store that seems to be quite busy of Crispy's general goods and bakery.
If anybody's paying attention, they notice a slight smile coming from Immeral.
You guys know, like, there's a lot of bustle here. Like, this is a larger town, smaller city, would be the best way to put this.
I actually tell everybody to give me just a moment. And I hop off the caravan and start walking beside through the crowd. And just to do it, I swipe somebody's coin purse.
All right, go ahead.
And I give it back to them immediately, but just to do it.
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
24.
Okay. I have to look at something really quickly. Yeah, they don't notice. And then you hand it. Are you just saying like?
I tap them on the shoulder and say, "Yeah, you dropped this."
Okay. I need to just see something really quick. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever seen him all this happy.
Oh, I don't think I am either.
Oh, they don't see me at all. I duck through the crowd like an eel.
Yeah, he's
that's
just
what
kind of like,
don't see you being happy about. He's practically skipping.
Oh, you guys don't see me.
hold on. I just got to see something really quickly.
There's nothing you can see me do. Actually, oh God, that's as bad as my sleight of hand. What's that?
You're serious.
My stealth is just as bad as my sleight of hand. Yeah. It's that
Okay.
that one level of rogue, man. It gives me that expertise that just makes it stupid powerful.
Expertise is so nuts.
It's so nice. Yeah, okay. So as you are going along, you eventually come back to the wagons, making your way to the back area of Crispy's General Goods store. And you see a young woman, very stout looking. She, now knowing that Crispy's kids are half Dwarven, you can see it a lot in this girl coming out. Her coloring, you would guess, might be a little more like her mother. She's a little stockier. She comes out and is like, "Oh, thank God you guys are here. People have been demanding this crap all the time. Come on, help me unload." And you hear this one voice like, "Is he here? Is he here?" And you see an older man with silvery hair that's been held back, definitely greased down, coming out, looking pretty spry, but definitely quite a bit older. And he comes out and walks right up to Immeral and just puts his hands on your arms. "Tell me that's really you."
Hi, Crispy.
"Holy shit." And he gives you a big hug.
I give him an enthusiastic hug back.
"What the hell happened to you? Why has it's been, what, 50 years?
60.
Christ. What happened to you?"
It would take some explaining.
"Well, come inside then. Bring your... You mentioned friends in your letter."
Yeah, the short ones.
Baeridin runs up and hugs Crispy. And he says,
Give him a
"You
hug.
brought me so much joy! You have no idea!"
He really likes your donuts.
Oh, that's not me. That's Tamara. She's the one who's behind all the baked goods. You like her crisps, though.
That wasn't what I meant. I meant this guy.
Oh! Well, he's a fun one, isn't he?
He's fun?
Yes!
Dear God, it's like you are a whole different person.
Emerald, come on. Come in. Here.
Immeral is turning beet red at this point. And just gets more silent than normal.
So, Crispy leads you guys through into a small apartment. The store front that you can see is pretty huge, and you're actually led, to an apartment that's adjacent to the store. So there's one that seems to be above the store, and then he lives in one that's next door to it. And when you come in, you see inside his apartment there's a dwarven woman, little older, but not old by any stretch, with braids kind of tucked around her hair, and she's over by the oven, and it smells amazing in there. Fresh baked something, cookies, sugary sweets, donuts, you're not entirely sure what, but it smells amazing.
As I'm walking through, I swipe a utensil of some variety. Just whatever's most convenient.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for this?
He's old and has bad vision at this point, so I'm going to say you don't even need to roll.
And I hand it to him just with a smile.
So you really did become a thief then with Daisy, huh?
Yeah.
What happened to you guys? Come on, I've seen her a few times, but not recently.
He's alive?
Last I knew.
Where is she?
Damned if I know. She just drops me notes every now and then.
You have them?
Yes. Hold on. I mean, kind of gets up and shuffles over to a desk and starts rifling through, and he pulls out this scrap of paper.
Do I notice anything significant about it?
Make a perception check.
17.
17. Nothing too much. It seems to be scrawled pretty quickly.
Okay.
And it's actually just a quick note. It says, thank you for your help. I'll keep you posted if there's anything else we can do.
Crispy, help with what?
Oh, Oakleaf. Place was going to shit, and few of us who were raised there took initiative to get it turned back around. And you wouldn't recognize the place. It's actually not half bad anymore. Well, it wasn't half bad when we were kids, but it's even better now.
Where did you must have heard something about Daisy if she's sending you notes.
Look, I heard you two went off to become pickpockets or thieves or something, and I'm assuming that's what she's doing, so I don't ask questions. I figure the less I know about what she's up to, the better.
60 years ago, she was joining the Thieves Guild. I didn't. She wanted adventure, I wanted a family.
Huh. You're a minstrel outside the window.
Nice job, Chuck.
Turn off the music there, because it's not really...
Chuck Foley is amazing.
Yeah, man, that guy.
He's, kind of shakes his head a little bit. Look, I, don't know exactly what the Seal's been doing, but they kind of run things around here. I know my stores don't get hit.
When do the representatives come by?
For a few weeks.
What? Do I know the best way to get their attention? Oh, I'm just going to start stealing things.
Look, I wouldn't go looking for them. I mean, I can, if you're looking for Daisy, like I said, I think she's alive. I don't know. You should go see the orphanage, though. It's pretty impressive.
Okay.
But look, it's good seeing you, but, and the dwarven woman runs over and says, "Dear, he's tired. He's been since he got your note the other day, he's been nothing but looking forward to this. Is it all right if you come back tomorrow?"
Oh, I can come back tomorrow. We all can.
Great. Do you know where you're going to stay?
No, not yet.
Well, when you know, just send word.
Will do. And I give him a big hug.
He gives you a hug back. Most certainly.
Crispy, you've led a very good and productive life. I'm sorry I couldn't have been there along the way.
Me too. It's good that you're here now, though. You'll have to have some of Tammy's things.
Well, I pull some stuff out of my pocket. I already have, and I actually just felt badly about it.
He just chuckles again. He's always getting into your old habits.
It seemed appropriate. And Immeral actually laughs.
How do
Did you hear that?
Baeridin was sneaking off toward the kitchen to see if he could get something to eat there. Freezes in his tracks.
And as Tammy's kind of showing you guys out, she gives you like this big packet of different sweets and things that she's baked. And you kind of get the sense that she just kind of cooks all the time.
I make sure to hand them to Baeridin. Don't eat them all at once.
As you guys make your way out, start heading towards like the central market area. Actually, that was low enough. Everybody notices this. You guys are walking around and you get jostled by a crowd and you hear this. And you look around and Hobbs is gone.
Oh, no, he isn't.
Go ahead and make some perception checks.
Crap.
Oh,
It's not terrible, but it's not up to my standards.
11.
10.
Can I default to my passive?
You can default to your passive.
Then we'll go with 16.
All right. You guys see a person with a bag that's kind of shaking, running off around a corner.
Oh, and I run after him immediately. Through the crowd.
All right, so you guys take off running after this guy. Go ahead and just give me just general dexterity checks, everybody.
I'm going to shapeshift into a tiger.
Oh, God.
Appropriate.
Can I use my acrobatics to help out on this one?
I'm
a parkour my way through this crowd.
Yeah, go for it.
That's good.
Can I intimidate the crowd to get out of the way? Not that we need a lot of help with the tiger running.
I was like, you can basic the crowd?
So to say, yeah, as soon as the tiger appears, there's pandemonium and panic, and people start separating and running in different directions. So it does make it a bit challenging in some respects to get through, but also there's a path clearing before Baeridin.
I got a 17 on my acrobatics check, and by the way, if I need to, I will blow a key point to run.
Okay. So you start running. You do outpace the tiger and Gragnold pretty quickly.
I'm sorry, lion, not tiger.
Lion. Okay.
I was going for the high speed.
The high speed. Okay, gotcha. Or cheetah. Well,
Tiger would have been good.
What is the speed of a cheetah? Oh my gosh!
Well, if I use Step of the Wind,
you're still way faster.
If I use Step of the Wind, that gives me 135 move.
Yeah, okay. So pretty quickly you're able to, you keep an eye on this guy. He's keeping ahead of you. He's moving pretty darn quick as well.
Oh, he's not moving me quick, though. Not be moving me quick.
Emerald, give me a history check.
History check?
Mm-hmm.
17.
You recognize the area that he's running into. This is one of the entrances into the Undercity, into the sewers.
Oh! Okay.
As he turns a corner, you manage to catch up just in time to see him sliding down kind of underneath one of the grates down into the sewers.
Oh, I slide with him.
All right.
I keep up my pace. I am going after him.
Can we see where they're going?
Yeah, you guys are able to, I'd say with double dash and everything, you just get around the corner as you see Emerald kind of sliding under this sewer grate. Going after, all right.
Oh, and I keep a full pace. I'm going after him.
All right. As you enter into the sewers, we need better music than this.
Red the lion.
It'll slow me down.
Speed me up.
You can ride the lion. I would say that wouldn't be.
The lion! This sounds like serious heavy metal stuff. Just ride the lion!
There's no good chase music. Anyway, we'll not worry about it.
The reference.
A couple minutes.
Allosaurus is faster than a lion.
Allosaurus is faster than a lion. Oh,
yeah.
So you guys are able to get down into the sewers, and you see this guy kind of panic and jump around a corner, and
I shout to this guy, I used to be down here all the time, and I'm faster than you. Do you really want to play this game?
Yes! And takes off at a dash.
How close is he when he does this?
He's about 60 feet and right next to an entrance, and he dashes around a corner, and you lose line of sight.
Oh, and I go, 135, boom!
All right, so you're running to keep up. You come running around a corner. It's this thing where like every corner you're coming around, he's just kind of flashing out of sight until suddenly you find yourself into this large area. There are guards standing along a wall, but shifty looking, not like official guards. And you see somebody sitting on like a dais, but not exactly a throne, but there is a chair up there as you come in. And you see this guy carrying the sack and he's like, They're chasing me! Oh, shit! And sees you. And I'm guessing Gragnold and Baeridin show up pretty quickly thereafter.
Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are. I don't care why you're doing this. Just know that I know this sewer as well as you do, and you have my friend's companion.
The person sitting in the chairs. Derek, what did you take? He opens it up and Hobbs flies out and immediately flies over to Greg. Did Baeridin change back, or is he still in line for him?
I guess if I could have fit into the grate, I would have stayed in line for him.
Yeah, you probably could have.
Okay. Then I would have
been a bit of a squeeze.
So Baeridin will leap as a lion up and grab onto Hobbs, and then sort of tumble and hug on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got our friend's companion back. Our business is done. Thank you.
Really, Immeral. Your business is not done here.
Excuse me? Who or what are you?
And you see this kind of swarmy-looking guy walk up. He's like, show some respect to the real leader of this city.
Is it the same guy that stole Hobbs, or is it a different?
No, this is a different guy. The guy that stole Hobbs is like this young guy who's kind of looking a little scared and nervous.
And so how close does he come to me?
He's standing right up next to you.
Like face to face, nose to nose?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this can be fun.
Okay.
I'll show respect to those who show me respect. And right now, you're not showing me respect.
On that note, I want to have Dawn rise from the shaft.
So, I could have my friend here show you some respect, or you could back off right now.
And the figure in the chair leans forward and is like, one who promised himself to the seal and then reneged on that promise almost instantly dares to speak of respect.
I look around the brick wall in front of me.
Yeah.
You like lean.
I'm done with you. Daisy?
Leave us. And as everybody clears out super quick. Except for the big hulky guy. He kind of stands back by the door. Everyone else kind of shuffles out.
I look at the hulky guy by the door. What'd she say?
And he's just kind of leans back. Like I'm going to leave my king with some freaking lion.
Well, it's the king of beasts, right? That's appropriate.
And you hear the figure from the chair call, Immeral Oakleaf.
Daisy Oakleaf.
Dare to show your face here. You can't see a face or anything in this figure, by the way. They have a hood up, kind of hiding their face.
Well, if you're going to accuse me of something, at least step into the light.
And they come up to you, and you feel a knife press into your throat.
Where does the knife come from?
Doesn't seem to have anything in their hand, and then suddenly there is a knife there.
But the figure's standing right next to
they walked up to right up to Immeral.
Got it. I thought maybe there was a floating knife.
Okay.
You promise something, and then you leave instantly. Tell me why I shouldn't gut you right now.
Both
no.
Gragnold and
I actually
Baeridin are circling around.
I'm literally holding a sunblade, intelligent sunblade, and I'm looking over at Immeral, like, tell me what to do.
And I say, well, first of all, there would be the two gentlemen behind me who will kill you instantaneously with no thought to their own personal safety if any harm were to come to me. Does she look over there?
No.
Okay, that's fun. In that case, I judo my way out of this, and I keto her to the ground.
So you're making an attack?
Of sorts.
I'm gonna howl like a wolf and just cut this.
But before,
Emerald, I'll just say this: make a wisdom check real quick.
Okay. I am not wise.
It was so close. It was so close. We did that thing. Oh, man.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I was gonna DM you some information there, but
Not wise.
Emerald the not wise.
No.
Some passionate.
No,
bad rolls
no.
right there.
Instead, actually, in one,
Well,
in
And
one.
I will just say this though, Emerald. Remember how you left.
Oh.
Remember your actions right before you left.
Okay, well then, as I'm standing there calmly, I say, as I stand there calmly with a knife to my throat, I just say to the figure behind me, if you're who I think you are, you know how much I loved you once.
And there'll be a whisper in your ears, so Baeridin and Gragnold, you will not be able to hear this. You said that and then you left.
You left me first.
I did no such thing. You told me you loved me, you walk out, and then you never are seen again. Who the fuck does that?
The kind of person who feels the pain that you're feeling right now.
Why did you leave?
I just answered that question. Also, someone rescued me from a life of thievery. I slowly reach down to my sleeves and pull up one arm to reveal the coiled dragon tattoos and other elemental, tattoos around one arm.
Make a persuasion check.
19!
19. You feel the knife come away from your throat, and the hood comes down, and you see the slightly pointed ears and curled hair of Daisy.
I'm still standing here right here with Don, just waiting for you.
Yeah,
I waved
right on the other side.
I waved to them to lower it.
Lion ready to pounce.
Just lower it.
Well, you've got some explaining to do, I think.
So do you. But first things first, I give her a big hug.
And she hugs you back, and you... There's a radiating tension inside when you hold her. And you feel her start to relax a little bit, but then stiffen back up and kind of push you away. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
No! No!
I was ready to kill her for you, Immeral. I was ready to cut her down
Oh yeah,
for hurting you.
we would have ripped her to pieces.
Oh, I know you
Oh,
would.
you guys would have had so many crossbow bolts in you.
So we would have happily died trying to rip her to pieces.
Oh my god. Okay.
Gragnold would have fought to negative. A bunch
Thank
of hit
you
points.
all. That
Negative
was
30
awesome.
Guys, for tuning in and sewer hanger. Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Allie Kitsy. Sewer hanger.
hanger.
Sewer hanger.
The
Oh,
sewer hanger.
yes.
Not
Is
a
it
cliff
Teenage
hanger.
Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes. Casual nerdiness, Alley Kitsy, Scarlet, you're all awesome.
There have to be some turtles that are part of this gang now. That's
No,
happening.
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
I think
Yes.
it could be
No, the IRL Raphael protests.
Oh, some monk turtles living in the sea.
Michelangelo's a party dude.
Oh my god. That's it, I'm out of here.
Leeds.
Oh,
Donatello does machines.
No, that.
oh god. Somebody ding us with copyright, please.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us. We'll be back soon, I think. I don't know.
Our next one might be PAX.
It might be PAX,
Our
Well,
next
we
one
do
might
have
be
the
PAX.
which
Oh,
will we be able to live stream from Game to Grow?
yeah. I mean, we do that now. This
So
is the Game to Grow office.
that would be all four of us in a room together, which would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh,
Do
yay.
you DM casual nerdiness? Do you? Do you?
Do you, DM? Awesome.
Oh,
So,
thank you, guys. Thank you, all the viewers.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
yeah,
you
very
guys so
active
much.
chat tonight, so thank you so much.
Yeah, well, Moonfang Clan.
Moonflight Clan!
Woo!
You have to start. You go out.
Woo!
It's part of the motions. A part
I mean,
of
there's
it.
almost a wave of doing that at
Yeah.
this point. Start out here. Woo!